Hello, all you weird, wild, wonderful, fantastic people live out there in YouTube land. I am a little bit late. Sorry about that. I had to make a trip down to the pharmacist because I have a raging migraine that won't go away. And yeah, I had to pick up some medication. So, yes, I am a bit late. So we'll just give it a few minutes and wait for people to come in. How the hell are you? I hope everybody's enjoying the sun. Well, the little bit that we get here in Ireland. I just give it a few minutes for people to come in because, I am like, what, 3 minutes late? I know. Terry's probably going to hold me over hot coals for it. Crap, Terry needs to make a comment. So I think I made him a mud. I can't remember. I mean, Frank, Jesus, I'll never get those two. I'll never separate him now from Terry because he's been Terry ever since I've known him. So it's hard to, you know, once it's ingrained in your head, that's it. It's always going to be the one thing. So, how is everybody? I see JC Genetic Code shared a channel. The victim was a victims of Martin Dehan. Now that's very interesting. It's very interesting timing as well, actually. So yeah, I mean, any of you who've had to put up with any attacks from him or any nonsense from him, go over and see. I don't know what they're doing with the channel or what they're doing with the information or whatever, but it'll be interesting to see what comes of it. Or is it just, I don't know if it's just a support group for people or they're going to open up. I don't know. I really don't know because there's not too much on the channel as of yet. Yeah, I saw JC's post. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where it goes, if it goes anywhere. Hey Dilly, how you doing? It's all very quiet. Hey Wiccan, I'm cooking and listening. Oh nice, what are you cooking? Don't tell me, don't make me hungry. Because I'm well sure that you're a very, very, very decent cook. I have it on good authority that you're a decent cook. So no, don't make me hungry or jealous that I'm not sitting in your kitchen, one or the other. So, what has been happening on the tubes? I think it's all been very quiet. It has. He seems to have. Hey Sheila, how's it going? He seems to have disappeared for some reason. God only knows. Lamb. Oh, it's okay. I don't like lamb. That's okay. I'm fine now. I'm not kind of going wishing that I was there now. I don't know why I could never stomach lamb. I just never could. And it's funny, my husband is the exact same. So we're very lucky in that respect. Hey Salty, how you doing? I'm a decent cook. Cassius is not. I'm sure you're a well decent cook, and I'm sure he has his dishes that he can do and he does them very well, you know. And I'll say nothing else. I don't want to be eaten alive by my pal Cassius. Hey, Lady Stardust, how are you doing? Well, today is absolutely beautiful here. I mean, it's roasting. I mean, when I say roasting in Ireland, it's 24. Now, we have had it a lot hotter, but I don't know, being up higher in it just seems to, I don't know, it's a different kind of heat that we get here. I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's completely different, whether it's the fact that we're not used to it here and when we get it here we don't know what to do with ourselves. But like I'd be well able to cope with this in Spain. I'd be like, oh, it's a little bit chilly, but it's weird when it's here. I can say that because he's not here. I was wondering. I was thinking, oh Jesus, you wouldn't be too happy with that. It's 26 here, but raining. Oh God. Well, a couple of days beforehand, we had nothing but like fog and mist and rain. YouTube lady, how you doing? And it was miserable, and it was supposed to be 24, and I was like, where is it 24 and sunshine? And because it fucking isn't here. It was so annoying. Like, you're looking at your apps and whatnot, and it's saying, oh yeah, in your area it's 24 degrees. I'm like, it isn't. It's left leg. I'm trying so hard not to swear, but I probably won't succeed by the end of this anyway. So did I drop the link? I did. I dropped the link. So if anybody wants to come up for an El Natter, do. Yeah, I don't know if anybody wants to have a chat, or is everybody too flattened by the heat? It's humid here. Yeah. Where it's just like burning sun here, like literally you can feel your skin tingling the minute you go out and you're standing in it. It's yeah, it's not nice. The last time I felt my skin bubbling like that, it was like 41 degrees and it was in Italy. And it was very unpleasant. It wasn't nice. It really wasn't nice at all. And then I think it went up to 40 something else that day. It was just ridiculous kind of heat. But we get that here with much less. I can't explain it. I don't understand it. You get that effect on your skin here. So how's everybody doing? How's their Tuesdays going? My buddy is safely in the hospital, and he's having his, well, he was having his first bag of chemo earlier on today. So lots of love to him.
Oh,
Oh,
look.
look, hi Salty. Look at us, Suki.
There's the
Hello.
salty cat.
Hi, Salty Pussycat. Hello. Hi. Hello, Puss, Puss,
She's
Puss, Puss,
getting
Puss,
big.
Puss. Oh, she
She's
is.
getting
She's getting
big.
so big. Hi, Puss,
And
Puss.
she's spoiled.
Hello,
She's
Beauty.
spoiled.
Hello,
She's
Beauty.
spoiled.
Oh, you're so
Uh,
pretty. She's so
she's got so
pretty.
many toys. She's got so many
Oh,
toys. She
oh,
does. She's
she's
just sitting here playing, and
gorgeous.
I'm listening to you bitch about the heat. You don't know heat, Wiccan. Y'all don't know heat. Go to
I
Central
know.
Texas in July and August.
No, thank you. No, I was in New York one year. There was a heat wave, and it was horrendous. Is all as I can say. It was horrendous. I never want to experience that ever again. No, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's
Honestly,
funny.
I nearly
No, thank
died.
you. I've been to New York. It's too bad. No, Texas is hot. This is great. This is beautiful. I actually woke up wishing there was air conditioning. No, I do miss my air conditioning when I'm here.
Well, you know what? You can get them on Temu.
Your daughter can bring one back for me, I hear.
You actually can get them on Temu, and you don't have to wire them in. You can just pop them up and plug them in, or they're battery run, and they do heat and they do cold, and they look like the normal ones that you'd see in, say, maybe Spain, or you know in the Med, but they're a smaller version. But I don't know if they're any good, but they're not expensive.
He got me that. I don't know if you remember this or not, but do you remember when Kiss showed him that fan that she
Oh,
got
the
off of
fan.
TMU? I think it was.
Yeah.
He got one of those.
And was it good?
It lasts for about 2 minutes when I put it on high on both sides. So it's
Okay.
good when it's plugged in and it's aimed right at me because he'll put it like on the floor and he pushes the thingy up and on a
Yeah.
claustrophobic closed kind of still day. That's why I said I miss my AC because you have air circulating all the time in with
Yeah.
central units and stuff like that. But that's it. But it's a lovely day, and yes, I could say he doesn't cook. He never cooks anything, so I can say that because we're not together right now. So there you go.
How does he survive if he doesn't cook? He surely has to cook for himself.
Good
How does he
question.
survive? I mean, I know
Well, now
he's
I know
fit.
what pot noodles are. I was always wondering what
Uh,
the fuck is a pot noodle? Is that like an instant ramen? What is that? Now I know what those are. Ah.
oh, Sheila's given out to me.
Everything here is like prepackaged. You can just go buy something and put it, and heat it up and you're good. I mean, there you go.
Yeah, well, I mean, we do have you can buy them in the supermarkets here as well, but I tend to not buy those ones. We buy the ones in the Chinese shop. So if you're making a dish, like you have to, actually cook them and then, and put the sauce in, all of that palaver. But actually, I don't. My husband cooks the Chinese food. I don't. He spent years getting it right, and oh my God, like I'd have his Chinese food over a takeaway any day of the week.
I believe you.
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe you.
very lucky. He's been 20 years getting this right, and he has it nailed down to a fine art. Yeah, I know. I think he must have been
he
Chinese in a former life.
he'll tell me he's like, well, if you're hungry, I'll get you whatever you want. You just tell me whatever it is, and I'll get
Oh,
it.
here he is. He's
That's
commenting.
that's how he is.
He's
That's how he
commenting.
is.
He's commenting. Okay, there's a channel.
Oh
Or
no, shit! Shit!
you're
He's a
caught.
stalker. I told you I can't do anything without him. Right there.
Okay, okay. At the start, so there's a channel of for defense victims for people he's causing shit for. I haven't had a chance to look at my phone this morning. Salty, I'm just outside. I hear my pal says my name. FYI, Salty, my cat is not mean.
Oh God, I wasn't even talking about your cat yet, John. Jesus Christ.
We haven't got there yet, John. We haven't got there. Oh,
What
yes.
is he
How are
saying?
you?
Seriously. I'm good. How are you? It's
I'm
a beautiful
great.
fucking day. Let's just say
I
that. It's a
know.
beautiful day.
I know. I mean, what's not to be delighted about? I'm looking at all the butterflies flying around the garden. Oh, it's so nice to see them, because they were on the
Yeah.
decline for quite a while. So it's lovely to see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe JC shared a channel, victims of somebody started a channel, victims of Martin Dehan. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how their channel isn't swamped. I just found it, or actually, I only found it after she shared it, but I only went on to it earlier on. Yeah, I mean, I'd love loads of people to come forward that had dealings with them, but we'll have to wait and see.
Now he's here. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my name. And if you take my name outside, then I knew it was in trouble. If there's
Okay.
anything like my cat ain't mean.
I wasn't saying anything about your cat. I
it's
just said you
nice.
don't cook. Dilly is making lamb, and I said I'm a decent cook. John
I'm a
is
good
not.
cook. I've just not cooked much.
Okay.
I can
We're
make
talking about
beans,
some
pot
stop
noodle,
it.
toast.
There you go. Okay. So no, I saw that yesterday too for the first time, and I think there absolutely should be lots more. But and then I was actually, I was gonna make some comments, and I thought no, because I have my own channel and everybody knows what's going on. I'm just one person out of many. I
Yeah.
was calling out the fact that he's got hundreds of victims over the last 15 years of his fucking online debauchery, real life stalking and doxing, threats, trying to go after people's jobs, finding
Yeah.
out where their dead mothers are buried. I mean, the nastiness and disgustingness of that vile pig. And I will say that I will call him a vile pig because he's a liar and he has no common decency. He has no morals and he has no fucking boundaries. And that's what makes him so scary. I'm not talking about that. Hold on, baby. So there should be a whole lot more. But when I started calling him out for that stupid ass fuckery,
Yeah.
it ends with threats. And where is he? I hope his chickens are coming home to roost up his fucking Norwegian shit show ass. That's where I hope he is.
Me too. I really do too.
You
Because
can't threaten people and do this shit and not expect. That's why I said he's perpetuated so much fuckery online, Wicked. There's no way in hell did his delusional fucking addled brain think that there wouldn't be real life consequences of that shit.
I know.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Which is more delusional?
I know. I mean, I'm not going to hide the fact that I've made a report about him because I did. I'm not hiding the fact I made a report about him because, 2 threats was enough. I mean, it was because I asked for clarification. I said, is that directed at me or me and Kiss? And he said, me and Kiss. So, I can't speak for Kiss. I don't know if she's filed a report. I honestly don't know because I forgot to ask her. I hope she did. I really do hope she did. Because
well, they know that we have.
Yeah.
I hope the
Well, no. I mean, I've been quiet about it. We've been quiet about it.
Yep.
Because this is something serious. You don't say, I know where she's staying. She'll be gone soon. Gotcha, Salty. And think there weren't going to be any ramifications from that shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's why I said, do you think, which is more delusional? The fact that the online fuckery that he's perpetuated for all these years and all the shit that he's done to people, or the idea that there would be no actual consequences from it.
I know.
That's, I don't know which is more delusional.
And I don't know which is worse. I don't know whether she's worse or he's worse. Did you see the thing that really, really angered me? Well, there's a couple of things that angered me. One was she posted this thing, attitude, and then in the next screenshot, it was a song, a stupid song that I posted about 3 months ago. I actually had to go looking for it because I knew it was ages ago I posted it. And I thought, what is she on about? And it's just a silly song it refers to a meme that we constantly share. And it's about a dog wiping his ass. And it's really, really funny. And it just reminded me of that meme. So I posted it. And nowhere does it even infer or like allude to her or any of her friends or anybody else. It was just, and I really mean it. That's what I said at the end of it. And I was laughing my arse off thinking of the meme. And now it was a private joke between all of us because we know why I posted it. It was just funny, you know? And so
Uh-huh.
she decides the other day that she took a screenshot of that and then decided that somehow that was talking about her, saying that I wanted her dead.
That's
Like,
I think
just
she needs to
weird.
have her medication checked, to be
I
honest
do
with you.
too.
And
I
and some and because that kind of behavior actually causes me a little bit of worry, only because to see something that you posted months ago and then make it about her into a death threat
Yeah,
and then say that she's scared and all this other stuff is delusional as
Bullshit.
well. I
yeah,
think there's some, I know she has severe psychiatric issues. And I was asking myself yesterday this when I was listening to you, Wiccan. I actually thought, well, are they addicted to being online and the attention they get from each other? Is that what it is? Because they all have these really fucked up parasocial relationships with each other online where they're
yeah,
victims, poor me, and then they use the same hashtag to get attention and that validation from about 4 or 5 people at this point.
yeah.
Because I mean, we can all say this about the Rusek family. They don't have any support because if they did, that Crowd Justice Fund would have hit its mark years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Nobody supports that family.
But why did no one in America? This has always been the 65 million. It's always been my
You
question.
always take it off topic, but I'm willing
Why?
to listen to
No,
you.
no. Why? Thank you very
I'm
much.
sorry, but we were talking.
What, no, what I'm saying is, no, it's a valid fact. Just what you're talking about. Why did no one in America support them? It was all people from Britain, a couple of people from no disrespect to people in Australia. A lot of people. Now, I have a problem. She was offered her money by Mrs. Ruzak. Did she get it? No. But, and why was it in Frankie's name? This is all my opinion, my personal opinion, because he hasn't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out. And if his mother, if they'd have lost, they would have had to have sold the house probably and paid. They would
Yeah.
have had to have paid.
That's all supposition. I think
I
it
don't
doesn't.
care.
It's just.
It's my
It's
right. What I'm trying to say, and this is just because it's Wiccan's family. I'm sorry for rudely interrupting. What I'm trying to say is, I don't, and I'm going to be brute. I don't give a shit about the Ruzak family,
No, we
the
don't.
Watts family. I don't fucking care. They have upset so many people with this bullshit when
Yeah.
they should have went. If it was me, my mother's going through shit, and I'm not going to advertise it.
no.
And so if my mother's fucking was going to the hospital on the 23rd, if I noticed it, if I want to choose to say something, if I want to be quiet because that was the death of the kids and Shanann Watts.
Yeah, the world doesn't stop
Thing,
turning.
one last thing. Go on to Reddit, right? And look at the bullshit what said in there. So Helen,
Oh
Martin,
yeah, I know.
Dark Arts, all the rest is.
Yeah.
See, when you're saying use evil people, you spoke about a dead woman,
Oh,
Shanann
fuck
Watts,
you.
all the rest of it.
Fuck you.
None of us have ever downcried that woman.
Ever.
Go on to Reddit and have a look at that. And as I said yesterday, it's mainly a lot of people that I know, and I speak to yourself, Wicked, Sheila, a lot of people. I know it's not them. It's fucking people in the States. That family is hated, and I mean, and Shanann Watts, the shit that they write about her, I wouldn't write. I don't hate that woman. I don't fucking know her. I don't know Frankie. I don't like him for what he stood for and what he's done to other people.
He's called me a liar.
He's like, you know what really got me with Helen Schaefer as well? Was a fucking snake. Oh, she might lose the job. Ken what? Fuck you,
Oh, no.
Helen, because she was the work.
That's the kind of nasty shit that you get when you
vile.
infect yourself with the likes of Martin Dehan. You become as
Dehan,
nasty as
fucking-
him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said you're taking delight in trying to get people bought and get their jobs taken off of them. You know, when they're actually doing something, they're a benefit to society. They're not
Yeah.
sucking off. You know.
But my personal opinion is, I think that they cleaned out, they wrung America dry for donations and things. I think they've overplayed.
That's the optic exactly, Wiccan. People don't realize that. Think about all the money that was forked over just in the days after that atrocity that happened with that family, right? They got 250, 300 grand from that one Facebook group that was run by that American woman.
Yeah.
Molly Golightly, they got a lot of money from her and her followers. I mean, they've got a lot of money off a lot of fucking people. And then they did that with the Crowd Justice Fund. Like I said, if he had any support, that mark would have been met a very long time ago. And it's just not going to happen because they don't have that support. and it's
No.
okay to say that out loud, you know?
Yeah,
I
of course.
mean, to the idea, I think it's more, again, I'll go back to that word delusional. The idea that they have this great big puddle of support, you know, but then he claims he only has what, 4 paying members on his fucking channel, which is bullshit,
But
you
right,
know.
he's never
But
met
then, you know, and that he's indigent because he has no financial support. Um, People aren't giving him that because I always found it so strange that optically and looking at it on his channel, right? And he has all these, he can make a post. Back in the day, he could have made a post and he would have had thousands of likes, right?
Sure.
In interaction and all this other shit. He doesn't have that anymore. But you have somebody, you have people that don't pay attention to shit and that they subbed up to him for some whatever reason. And if they get a notification, they'll go over there and maybe type in the little praying hands or a little purple heart or whatever the fuck they
Yeah.
want to put in.
I know.
And then that's it. Or in the same verbatim, oh, God bless you and your family. Okay,
Oh,
yeah, God bless you and your family, and God bless you and your family, Wicked, and me and
yeah.
John and everybody else.
Yeah,
Nobody,
absolutely.
you know, it's. We were laughing the other day because somebody was saying something about whatever community. What was it that we were watching? Something about this community, whatever. And it had nothing to do with this. It had nothing to do with anything. And I said, I don't know about you, babe, but I never and never going to be part of a fucking community again, ever. You know, because of what happened with us
It's like
here.
like a crowd justice.
Yeah.
I doubt I'll ever support. In fact,
No.
something. It's not that I won't support a crowd justice. It's the fact that I don't think I'll come across. If I come across someone that's dying on their deathbed and they need help, literally, I would support that 100%. I
Yeah.
support several charities,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to fucking shout the whole. I didn't want thanks for it. I didn't want praise for it. What I do want is for people like that to get there, to shut the fuck up. Excuse my language, to shut up and behave yourself. Frankie had every chance.
He had
to
so many
tell Martin
opportunities.
Dean, because Martin works for him.
Oh,
He
yeah.
says several times. He had several opportunities to say, Martin, bring it down a notch. Stop
Yeah.
the shit with the crowd justice people writing. This is from Cassius.
Yeah.
Fucking your trick. How immature.
Yeah.
Now, Grumpy Granny, that old psychotic old bastard.
I know.
She happily admitted to that. Wicked. She happily admitted that she done one of them. I do something. A couple of people did, and one person said to me, "It was a laugh," and I said to that person, "Are you laughing now that everybody's name's been taken down?" And
As far as
they're
I
not laughing now.
remember, well, I'm not going to call the dark one the dark twat anymore. She's basic beige twat now, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh.
Basic beige twat. So
Sorry, hold on. Let me mute.
no, that's okay. So as far as I remember, she was saying, "Oh, it was only a joke. They can't take a joke." Now, can you imagine if the situation was reversed? They would be up in arms, and I'm happy to say, yeah, I got that pulled. I got the comment section pulled down. You know,
Yeah,
I'm happy.
between you, Cassius, and whoever else y'all did, absolutely you
Oh
did.
yeah,
That was your
yeah,
business name. That was just fucking atrocious to me. It was just tacky and it
yeah.
was infantile, and they could have just tanked the whole thing because I was still at that point hoping to see some resolution in a positive way.
Well, I think we all were. We really all were. Behind it all, I
No.
think we all were, because we'd all given so much time and effort and everything. You know, we'd all worked so hard for so long. And, you know, even though we may not have been on the best of terms or whatever, we still wanted to see something happening for all the second work we put in, like, you know. And yeah, it just got to the point where it was
Yeah,
just,
but then when you read at the end of the day, you know, let's flash forward a couple of years and you hear us reading and going through that particular claim, that was a kick in the fucking balls to see where all the work that we did do or we thought we did here was just for nothing, and it was just centered around people like Martin Dehan and Crowd Justice Fund. You know, that was just fucking bullshit. Can y'all hear him? Because I know it's a private call and I don't want his business being
No,
blasted all over.
I can't hear him. Can anybody else hear Cass on the phone there? No, I wouldn't say so. I definitely can't hear him.
Okay, so let's see if I can do this really quick.
Where's the
See that?
baby?
Look at that.
Oh, no.
Can you see this big ass cat and that little one?
Floki.
He'll sit on her just to keep her still. He'll be like, okay, stop. Look,
Yeah.
there he goes. He sits on her.
Yeah.
Stop it. He sits on her. Be still.
Yeah. But his tail is wagging, so he's playing as well. Like, he's playing with her as well. But he's trying to say, "But I'm the oldest. You do what I say." And she's like, "No, I'm the big one."
I had to show y'all that. Okay.
Oh, they're so
Because it lasts for a couple of seconds and she just wants to play and he doesn't remember what it's like to be a kid and play. He's just
I
he's just a big old Scottish tough cat, you know what I mean?
grumpy old
Leave me
Scottish
be.
man. Grumpy old
Oh,
Scottish. So okay, so
uh,
I'll just get back to what I was talking about. So that
yes.
annoyed me, that post that she made saying that we're trying to push her to harm herself and to do the unthinkable, which is absolute bullshit. It's more pity me. And then what enraged me was, if you've been listening, I've been talking about my friend who's having a bone marrow transplant. He's actually in today
Yes.
having
Yeah.
more chemo to kill off his bone marrow before he gets the transplant. So it's all happening. He had his PICC line in. Yes, I'm always confusing the PICC line with the HIC line. I know one is the arm and one is the chest. I think
Pick
the
line is the chest.
PICC line. Yeah, okay, I was right. Okay, good. So he had that yesterday, and then today is the whole chemo thing, and he, annihilate the bone marrow. So he's going to be weak as a kitten. But anyway, if you've been listening to me, I've been speaking about my friend and how worried I
Mhm.
am about him, and how quickly that if it doesn't go well and if it doesn't take that, like, he's going to die pretty quickly. And that was something I wasn't prepared for. I just assumed that he could go back to, doing chemo or whatever, but that's not the case. So, our friend decided she was going to post a post about bone marrow or not bone marrow, about marrow and cooking marrow and all the things.
Mhm.
Good for your teeth and it's good for the, because I spoke about him having to go to the periodontist and checking the gums, and you know all the reasons why this has to
Mhm.
happen. So,
Mhm.
it was her sly dig at me and my friend, and like, she hides it in bullshit, but I saw straight through it. And I got so fucking angry, and I said some things, but I apologized for being angry, and I apologized for giving that reaction, and I apologized for the swearing and the way I went about it, but I'm not going to apologize for what I said. I'm apologizing for the swearing and being angry and all of that kind of thing, but she'll never elicit that outburst
See,
kind
this
of
is the
reaction.
thing, right?
Mm.
This is a little lesson that can be taught here. Now you decide to share things, right, with the people that are listening to you.
Yeah.
And then you have shit asses and shit cunts like that taking it and being absolutely foul, nasty, and vile with it,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? So that's something that you have to contend with.
Yeah.
The reaction that you had was perfectly normal and acceptable to me.
Yeah.
And you don't need to apologize for anything,
Well, the
right?
one thing I do want to
But
make
but on
sure.
the other hand, here she is going through your shit from months back and then
Oh,
taking whatever and saying that that's a fucking threat.
yeah.
You are a fucking joke. Let me say something, and I've wanted to say this for a while. When she decided to absolutely just go as low as she possibly, I ever thought that she could go, call me a liar about a spousal violence, spousal abuse or domestic violence, whatever the fuck you want to call it,
Mm.
and said that I lied about that. When you got the lights of Cheryl AK coming out and calling you a fucking piece of shit for that and calling you to task,
Yeah.
that's when you know that you have no fucking credibility whatsoever.
Oh, yeah.
Because Cheryl is as diplomatic as they come, and
Oh,
she will keep her mouth shut for the sake of peace and harmony in her little world, whatever world she inhabits,
sure.
because that's sometimes what we have to do. But when
Yeah.
she comes out, when you get that reaction from her, then you know that you're not even in a barrel of slime anymore. Okay,
Mm.
you're the scuzz of the scuzzy of the fucking algae of the slime and whatever swamp you inhabit with your fucking pissy ass boyfriend.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I left the videos up. I was waiting for them to get taken down because a couple of them did get taken down, just like some of my community posts, including that photo of me and my dad got taken
Oh,
down.
I'm still raging about
If
that.
you haven't read that shit about what Cheryl AK told you, Helen, go read it.
Yeah, you should read it,
Go
Helen,
read it.
because maybe it
Because
might.
that should be that right there should be a come to Jesus moment and realize that you lost your way a long fucking time ago. So you either need to have your meds checked,
Yeah.
maybe you're not taking them. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Maybe
do.
you're because if you can recognize bad things and negative, how should I put this? If you could recognize behaviors in yourself that you know are not good at one time, surely you can recognize the behaviors in yourself that are not good now.
Yeah.
This whole I'm gonna attack people and say these things to get this reaction from these same people and then cry victim. Again, you're not a fucking victim when you choose to come up here every day. You log in, you write your stupid shit, you wait for your reactions, and then you cry victim. It doesn't work that way. And everybody knows it. Everybody can see it. Everybody knows it. You're not a fucking victim. You're a fucking gladiator in the fucking arena, okay, in the Coliseum. If you want to keep doing that shit, then whatever
Yeah.
you get coming your way is what you get coming your way.
Yeah.
But then you cross a line where you go real life and you don't realize the shit that you do.
Mm.
Trying to get people, again, like Sheila, getting them fired from a job that they didn't have at the time. Of course, none of that matters, right?
Yeah. Now that's the only one that we know of. I mean, because it was very funny because I got a call. I don't know who it was. I still don't know who it was. It was an English accent, but I don't know who it was. And I was like, okay, so I'll have to take myself into a corner and have a stern conversation with myself because I work for myself. You know, I was like, get fucked, basically. And I hung up. But, you know,
10
and I
times
know,
she mentioned Marrow. She's, God damn, Helen, what the fuck is wrong with you?
yeah, 10
You're
times.
absolutely disgusting. And again, when you have people like me actually saying you're fucking disgusting, that's a bad, bad thing.
Yeah.
You're just disgusting. You mentioned
Oh,
Marrow 10 times. How many
yeah.
times did she mention Marrow before in any of her posts over the last how many
Never,
years?
never, not once, ever.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, I mean, as I said, I saw straight through that and I saw the dig that she was trying to give me. And, you know, and I just thought, well, fuck you. And you know what? I would have never, ever, like, she brought up the whole situation with her son that died. And, you know, again, it was an awful, sad thing to happen. But my kids were never allowed out on the road at that age on a bike without a helmet, without being watched. They just weren't. I would have been in with them. I mean, they were never allowed out on the road on their bikes anyway at that age. Not even a cul-de-sac because cars reverse and they don't see kids. So I mean, it would have been in the park. We would have brought their bikes to the park. They'd have been, you know, playing in the park with them. I would have been with them. They were never allowed out on the street on their bikes, you know. And if they were out, well, there wasn't really streets because they grew up here in County Clare. So, I mean, even when we went up to Dublin visiting parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles, like I was with them or somebody was with them, you know, watching them, making sure that they were okay, you know. So I don't understand, you know. I mean, she brought it up and she talked about it in great detail in one of her posts. And, you know, yes, it was very sad, but, you know, to then try and put the blame on the child that gave her son a go on the bike, I just thought was just awful. I mean, can you imagine that man, that he must be a man now. He must feel absolutely horrendous about that, knowing that that child's mother still blames him for what happened, you know.
I'm not going to say anything about, well, you know, again, you know what? People raise their children differently.
Oh yeah, I know,
Sometimes there are
and that's fine.
consequences to it. Sometimes there aren't. I mean, I can't say that. That's like saying, I don't know. And I'm the same way. You know, with me, I never had my own bike. You know, all my other, I'm the youngest of 5 kids. So
Yeah,
they all had bikes. And by the time, you know, come on.
yeah, I
So, you know, I'm not making light of it, but no, I'm just thinking about generational differences as well when we raise our children,
sure,
geographical locations. You know,
sure,
I was listening to you talk yesterday about when you were outside playing. You know, we had a long, huge, wide street because I lived in a beautiful neighborhood. Blessed growing up. I had an absolutely incredible childhood. I had a loving family, supportive family, and we were outside playing until the lights came on. We
yeah,
didn't know about the dangers back then. Nobody sped in our neighborhood. You know,
mm,
everybody on the block. It was a young neighborhood. You know, when my parents built the house out there,
sure,
other people were, you know, the same, roughly the same age with children of their own. You know, it was a great place to raise kids. And we were out there playing kickball. My right in front of my house was home base right there. You know, whenever we would play, and it was idyllic, and that's all I can say.
yeah,
And
wonderful.
um, yeah, very lucky. But you know, you can make one bad decision, and it turns into a fucking nightmare, and a
Yeah,
tragedy can happen. But again, you know, this is, and I'm not making this about me. But when you choose to share something, right, you share it. Whatever
yeah.
reaction you get is what you get. If people want to weaponize that against you or call you out for your fuckery, that's on you. But I'm asking people, other than just, I never shared a whole lot of experiences that that I went through with my husband. I talked more about my PTSD than I did about that shit
Yeah.
because it's triggering.
Yes.
So, but then people still, but shit asses and shit cunts like that still use that something that happened in my life for their content, right? Okay. So, the point that I'm making is, when you share something, if people call you out for it or say something, and you're like, "Oh, I'm a victim,"
I know.
that's what they're going to keep doing. And I'm gonna post this, and I think I might have left y'all that voice clip through John last week or a while back now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember saying something during a live stream. I said, I don't give a shit. They're looking for a BAM replacement, and it's not going to happen with me. They're going to make you look as bad as BAM, and you're just as bad. You are an extension of BAM. That's what
But
they want to do.
yeah, that's what they want to do. But it's not me. I'm not Bam. I'm not Bam's replacement. I'm me. I'm me with my thoughts, my sayings, the way I think is very different to the way Bam thought. What she did on her channel was her thing, and yeah, I felt bad. I really did feel bad. But, at the same time, if you bring things to a public forum and talk about it on a public forum, well, then whatever you get back, you get back. Let it be
But
good, bad.
and people, yes, and see, there's a difference though, because there are people that weaponize anything that you might have said 18
Oh
years
yeah,
ago, in a fucking group that you're on, on fucking, what was it, MySpace or whatever, for fuck's sake,
oh
because
God,
that's what those people do. And we know that's what Martin Dehan has always done. We always know that. We know that he has stalked people. Again, he's a fucking psychopath,
he
and
is.
he started going real life on people, and he was a real threat. Now, and I didn't want to say anything about this publicly, but I'm going to. When you have the likes of people, legit fucking psychotic people like Allison Purcell, still putting up shit about me, about everybody.
I know.
Last week or the week before, I don't know when it was, she literally got into a bag and she just fell off the couch. Are you okay? Sorry, guys. Checking on this little salty cat.
Oh,
She put up something about how I did lie. Nothing. I lied completely about my husband, my ex-husband, regardless the state, my husband, my spouse at the time. I was an absolute liar. He never did anything ever wrong. Now, my first thought was, how fucking dare she? And again, it's for a reaction. But then I had to think about this fucking sick shit cunt, an absolute fucking head. I wouldn't put it past her to have already messaged that man. If she hasn't already, she probably will, right?
yeah.
So what do I do?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I didn't do anything. I made sure that Maddie knew
that's all.
and so that way, because there's nothing he can say or do to me anymore.
No, you're well.
I don't have to be afraid of him anymore, even though I just imagine, right? So, but I had to get in touch with Maddie and say, hey, look, there you go. This is what this crazy asshole is saying now. So you might have to run interference. You might be the bearer of, she might have to bear the brunt of this bullshit. I hope everybody's listening and letting that sink in, because that's what these people are doing.
I know. It's just so unfair.
It's sad and pathetic, but it's scary and disgusting.
Oh yeah.
At the same fucking time, that I had to say, there is this crazy fucking nut job, right? Who is saying these things. And again, and she's using my last name. It doesn't matter, right? If she, I have every reason to believe, because that's what they do. They go real life and they do this shit. She's probably inundated him with messages. We saw how often she was messaging JC. I had her blocked a long time ago, so I can only imagine the emails that she's been sending to me.
Wow.
I'm talking about something, what she wrote about me lying about Robert and all of that, right?
Oh, fuck off.
And but then I'm thinking, no, I don't have to be scared. I don't have to, not scared of him anymore. I don't, but again, I'm just imagining what his reaction, I know exactly what he's like.
Oh yeah.
And I'm thinking, has she already messaged him? Is she doing it in the future? She probably has already, and what can I do? And it's not going to affect me, but it'll affect Maddie.
Yeah, of course it
So
will.
I had to get in touch with my daughter because one of your fucking crazy ass, the people that you say are the genuine Rusev supporters, say that I'm lying about all of that shit, and that my husband is a completely innocent man that's been maligned. And I have never ever sat here and had to talk and just sat here and talked about this awfulness and the shit that I had to deal with and that we went through and that I went through or that Maddie and I went through to a certain extent. We did a live stream, Maddie and I did, after she was 18.
I
And to
remember.
give everybody an update and all of that. And that has been privated a very long time ago.
Mm.
So, because I have discretion and I have boundaries, I expected people to respect that. But apparently people don't. And we know that they don't, Wiccan.
No, I
guess
know.
that's the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's the shit that they do. They do. And it's fucking disgusting. And it's just like, what is wrong with you? I don't get it. What's wrong with you? And that's why I'm like, maybe they're just addicted to this need to socialize in this bubble of fuckery that they inhabit.
But
Maybe
that's
they're
what,
addicted to that. It's
yeah.
that parasocial relationship that they have that they don't realize that it's toxic and that it's absolutely negative and there's nothing positive out of it. But
No.
to sit there and clap each other on the back and claim victim and then say all of this, but they want a replacement for Bam. I refuse to be put into that position, and it's not going to happen. They want that replacement for Bam. It's going to be you. It's going to be all of you collectively. That's what it is. Y'all are the replacement for Bam, and y'all are just, it's, again, and can I say this? The hypocrisy of that fucking post that I saw, the screenshot that you shared, you're sitting here saying that these people are talking shit about a dead woman, right? In this case, it's supposed to be Shanann Watts. But y'all have done nothing but attack and fucking harass and still abuse and stalk a fucking dead woman. So you're a fucking hypocritical shit cunt too. Jesus. I'm hijacking your stream. I'm sorry.
No, slow down. Let her talk and interrupt now.
I'm not interrupting her.
No,
She's
she's
nice.
no. But like they can't see that, Salty. They don't see. Ironically, they can't see that they're just as bad, if not worse, than what they were originally supposedly fighting against, and it's just laughable.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he okay?
Yeah, he was tripped over the cat.
Oh.
Damn it. Okay. Yeah, y'all are the replacement for Bam. I mean, she's not here. You still talk about this dead woman, yet you're saying that these people are talking about a dead woman. Fuck off. I mean, I'll say it flat out. Just go fuck yourself. You're just a fucking, yeah. I don't care about Bam's family. No, because they're by extension just as bad as Bam. I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous. It was never about AD. It was never about the Ruseks. It was never about a lawsuit. It's because they're a bunch of fucking psycho stalkers that go real life and have nothing else. I mean, I can just imagine the state.
To talk about whoever the one that's dead, but I cannot mention Shanann Watts. No, that I would.
We don't talk about that. We've never talked about case theory or anything else.
I have never heard one of your streams, Wiccan, where you've ever mentioned Shanann Watts, except for if you're making a, and I'm just guessing here, if you've ever made no suggestion, what's what I'm looking for? You've ever been talking about someone else, Chris Watts, and her name's came up. You've never spoke about, nobody's ever, what annoyed me was, we're all talking, we're all slagging, I'll say that, or taking the piss out a dead woman.
Fuck off. Y'all have never heard us talk about her or that case or anything else. Not liking what that family has done and the fact that they're saying that we've lied when you yourself, Frank Rusek Jr., are a fucking liar, especially on your particulars of claim, which is still up. Everybody go watch that shit over that JC and I went through on her a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Is one thing. But are you so disassociated that you think that extends to his dead sister and her poor children?
Oh, I don't know.
Get the fuck over yourselves. Y'all need to get your shit together.
I'm jumping to the left again. Can you imagine if Helen Schaefer had the texts or the message when she was asking you for help? Can you imagine? Look at Martin Dean with that Lisa the Irish one.
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
The texts
right? I know I'm going over this, but what I'm saying is, You imagine if Helen Schaefer had them. She wouldn't have no fucking she would have no problem ghosting them.
I would. The thing is that, and then I said this. A lot of this, and and things that we shared was in conversation, actual conversation. Sure, there are voice clips, absolutely. Um, but yeah, I mean, I could. Shit, I mean, I've got fucking. I know I have her blocked and everything, but for some reason, I still have a lot of my, from the Salty Butch back then, and from fucking people like Fingal and other people. I mean, Jesus Christ. That's why I said it. The level of disassociation is actually, I've never really thought about it until now, that you can sit here and say you're slagging off a dead woman, and again in this case Shanann Watts, yet y'all are constantly still obsessed with the fucking dead woman and talking shit about her.
I know.
I mean, I can't wrap my head around that dissociative behavior or the hypocrisy of it.
I will be honest. I mean, did I think she was a really nice person? No, not really. Do I think that she was easy to live with? No, I definitely don't think she was easy to live with. Do I think she was the best mother in the world? Well, no, I don't think anybody's the best mother in the world. I think we all just do our best. But I do think she struggled with her kids at home, while she was working, which anybody would, I'm sure. You're trying to work on the computer and you've got two small ones and whatever. But, that was about the most that I ever said about her. I mean, I don't think she was a particularly nice person. I don't think that she was easy to live with. But so how is that bashing her? That's just my opinion.
Yeah,
What came across from videos.
And you're welcome to it.
Yeah, people are allowed an opinion. And you know what? Again, just because we're saying this and they want to vilify, there are fucking channels dedicated to dragging that woman and her poor dead children.
Yeah.
And I still, and especially now this time, they're pumping out anti Shanann, content left and right. Even just those that are just doing their flashback, commentary on it in the crime itself and Nicole Kessinger and all of that. You have channels dedicated to fucking conspiracy theories surrounding the case. And I don't see any of those shit cunts in the comments.
No.
None of you.
Sorry, what Wiccan just said was that on the I'll keep you out of this, Wiccan. What I read on Reddit yesterday and before that, and it's only, I don't know why it keeps coming up. I must have looked at it. It keeps coming up on notifications. It is everything. Like, was she a good mother? No. Do I think the person's saying, but no, do I think she's the wrote? Do I think she's a good mother? No. The kids and drinking out of toilet bowls, and you've got everything that was said by other people. So I mean, no.
There are people, yeah. I mean, and again, you have forums that are dedicated to it, but they're literally that's the disassociation that I'm talking about. They're going to say that you're dragging this dead woman, you're talking about her, right? When there are literal forums dedicated to that shit, and you don't see any of them there. You don't see any of them under the whole, NK was involved and Anadarko was involved and the politicians were involved because there was a land fucking sale and this and that. And she's the one that killed the kids later on a Tuesday is what I read a couple of weeks ago. I thought, Jesus Christ. But that's neither here nor there. The fact is that you have literal forums and channels and pages dedicated to that. And I don't see any of them there.
Oh, and
but I've been saying that for months. And that's why I said, so it wasn't ever even anti-AD. I'm sorry, Wiccan, I interrupted you. It's not even anti-AD. It's just they're looking for the replacement for Bannon.
Yeah,
and
I just say, no way, shape, or form have I ever said or ever, implied or alluded to that I thought that lady should have died or died at the hands of her husband. Absolutely no way. Just because you don't necessarily think that somebody. Hiya, JC. I'm just going to finish what I'm saying. JC, you can't hear anything. Hello. Oh,
I can't hear a damn thing.
Oh no! I'll drop the link again, sweetie. So, in no way, shape, or form have I ever said that that lady deserved to be unalived by her husband. I actually hate saying that. She never deserved to be murdered by her husband, and nor did that little baby in her tummy or her little girls. No, absolutely not. Just because you don't necessarily like somebody or like the way they do things doesn't mean that you hate them and you wish them dead. That's the most absurd, ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. But that's the way they run with it. They go, oh, she wanted her dead, and oh, she's glad she was glad. Absolutely not. Don't ever put words in my mouth. You know,
But
never
you
say.
know, that was the community at that time. I think that we walked into was that there was a whole, what was it called, the Shiner community. That
Oh,
if you said anything, then you were like anti-Shanann and you were victim bashing. And I always said, fuck that. And it's like you can't write a book, nobody can make money. It's like people are
Go.
going to write books and make documentaries. And what are you fucking
hello.
talking about, man?
Monetize the channel.
Hi.
Can you
Can you
hear
hear
us?
us?
Hello.
Hi, I can't
Oh,
hear
jeez.
now. I couldn't hear. I had to change my
Hello.
default from my.
Hi.
Hello?
There you go.
Good morning to you, you bitch. Hi, bitch. I'm only
Hey.
here for you. I came to crash the party, ladies.
Yeah, you're here. We can hear you.
I'm here. I hear
Yay.
Dilly's good. I had to switch my default. It was set to my monitor, which has no speakers, and I could see your bubbles moving, but I couldn't hear a fucking thing.
Ah.
Good thing I didn't have to call Martin to fix technical problems.
Technical issues. How you
There's
doing,
my
girl?
JC.
I'd be in worse shape than when I came up here. So that was the fucking case.
I
What's
miss
going
you.
on? I just got here. It's like 9:30 in the morning, and I'm already like lamb is on the bill. But what are we talking about? I caught a little bit of what you were saying there, Sam.
Well,
Wicked.
really, it was just Thursday, or was it Friday? I can't remember. I lost the rag. I did a very quick live.
No, you have every right to do that. You know what? I managed to. I don't know if you took it right down or what, but I managed to download it. And you had every right, every fucking right. That stupid fucking troublemaking, gaslighting cunt.
Yeah.
Mistakenly fucking held up with devil's horns.
Yeah. Well, you know, she succeeded. She hurt me. You know, and that's what I said to her. Well done. You won. You hurt me. But you know, you go low, I'll go lower. And you know, I was at
You
war
know,
with myself over that. To be honest with you, I was.
obviously, one thing I've noticed, and I could be wrong. I mean, certainly tell me if I'm wrong, but I've noticed when I go after Helen, she turns around and tries going after you.
Oh
I've
yeah.
noticed quite often where I
Yeah.
rip her to shreds. So, how come you guys have nothing to say about the particulars of claim fucking lies and bullshit? You're all fucking damn quiet about that, eh? Helen, how come you didn't blast out about the case board last update August 6th like you've been fucking gaslighting everyone about all along? All fucking cricket silence, eh, about the lies. All of this money you collected went to that fucking garbage. Lies, lies, and more lies.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we've come to expect at this fucking point, but they're going to ignore it and just find, like I said, the replacement. Y'all are the replacement for BAM therapy. You know, the fucking hormone therapy. Y'all are the replacement for BAM therapy that they fucking need.
Well, you know, they
You
can.
know,
Isn't
shit,
that
They
not
can.
moron BAM therapy? That's not moron.
Well, you know what I mean. You
Yeah,
know what I mean, JC? Damn.
Yeah,
Don't
I
come up
do,
here and
but-
make fun of me already.
you know, they can say what they want.
I know
But
you're delicate.
at the end of the day, I'm me. I'm not trying to be anybody else. I couldn't be anybody else. I'm just me. And if they don't like it, tough shit. I don't care. And I'm going to speak my mind. And if you don't like that either, fuck right off and keep fucking right off until you get there. And when you get there, fuck off again. You know, I'm just not interested. I don't care. They can call me what they like. That doesn't bother me.
They're looking for a fucking reaction because, well, they certainly can't talk about the stuff that they're being silent on because they know they can't defend the indefensible. So
Yeah.
let's try and line up and get under their goats. And that's what you got to not let them do. I mean, to me, they're fucking.
It's always like, let's ignore the biggest elephant in the room. It's always been like that, going back to before even Claire Morgan.
And the fact
Let's
that
make it about BAM, BAM, Wiccan,
Oh,
but. Give me a fucking break. The disassociation is fucking gross. It's off the charts. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I really haven't.
No, I know. I mean, look at, I'll be the first one to put my hand up if I've said or done something wrong, or even if I struggle with something in my conscience, and I'll be quite honest with you. I did feel quite bad about getting so angry that I went so low and said what I said. But you know what, at the end of the day, if you're going to bring something onto social media and you're going to talk about it and you're going to, do all sorts of in-depth, description of how it all happened and why it happened, and people are going to talk about it. Never once have I ever mentioned anything or anyone about her family or anything else. Never would, never will, not interested. But she brought this up when she suggested one of us sent this email, saying horrible things about her son that we didn't even know existed.
Fuck off, Helen. Just go fuck yourself with your fuckery at this point. I'm
I'm
serious.
not
I mean,
interested in.
low.
Personally, I refuse to even engage with Helen regarding that, because that's all she's doing. Is they've got nothing else right now, because the spotlight is on the fact that Frankie's fucking particular claims was an absolute sham. So they're trying to deflect and, I want big bad JC, big bad.
And it's also on the fact.
Yeah.
It's also on the
Helen
fact that her boyfriend is a fucking psychotic, stalking dachshund pig, and everybody knows it. And I hope that real life consequences are fucking y'all up the ass so hard right now.
Yeah.
That's karma. You can't threaten people. You can't do the dirty, nasty shit that y'all have done to people and expect it to go unnoticed, or that there won't be consequences to it. I mean, y'all are just disgusting.
Or try to downplay and minimize it as missteps. Fuck off, missteps.
Helen, I'll actually tell you this, Helen. The day that I found out that your son had passed in the way he did, I actually said a prayer for him. I did. I said a prayer for him, and I said a prayer for you, because, no matter what happens, no mother should have to bury her child. Let them be young, old, babies, whatever. No mother should have to bury their child. But, I did. I said a prayer for you that day, because I thought, okay, well, this is a woman that's in pain and maybe she's never got over it. But when I stood back and looked at the way you were doing it and the way you were
content,
people, content, it makes me sick.
There you go.
Absolutely, all calculated.
Yeah.
Or forever, your deck of victimhood cards doesn't work anymore, Helen. It hasn't worked for a long time for a lot of people, especially me. Fucking mindset shit.
Yeah, the thing is, we can see straight through her now, and she's grasping
herself. I don't need to do anything. Helen does it all herself. I just put a little spotlight on what she does.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've all seen it now for a very long time. And, look, she has her friends, and that's fine. Everybody's entitled to have their friends on YouTube. But, when are they going to take the blinkers off and see things for what they are? Stand back, put your prejudice aside, and just look at the situation for what it is.
No, they've chosen their hill to die on. And,
oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That is one toxic, disgusting, nasty hill to die on. And, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, as I said, I did want to come on yesterday and apologize for how angry I was and for all the swearing that I did, and but I'm not going to apologize for what I said. Because you hurt me, and that's exactly the reason why you made that post, and you mentioned Marrow 10 times in that post, which was completely unnecessary, overkill.
That's some sick shit. I mean, think about that. That's sick.
Yeah, but that's the kind of people.
Damn.
Yeah, I know, completely sick, and and it's so good for your teeth and your gums, and I'm like, you fucking bitch. And I sat with that overnight, and I was no better the next day. I actually think I was angry. Pardon?
Want to talk about good teeth and bones? Why don't you fucking give that advice to your fucking chinless fucking goblin?
Yeah.
I said she's.
When you gargle all that Norwegian shit show baby gravy, it's not good for your teeth and gums, apparently.
Oh, God.
Maybe that's what happened.
Lovely. I don't even want to think about that. I don't want to have those images in my head.
You're welcome.
Rosebud trying to suggest again, it's always circular arguments with this people. I totally reject the whole, well, they don't care about Shanann and the kids. This bullshit and behavior has absolutely nothing to do with this tragedy at all. It's the
No.
behavior since that's a fucking problem.
Exactly.
You know, in this whole, well, we all
Fuck off. I'm
because
sorry.
shit
I'm
like-
going to say this. Fuck off with your Shanann and those kids and this tragedy. We don't need to preface everything we say with, oh, and I don't, you know, what happened to them is just an absolute tragedy. It's a shame. But I refuse to preface any of my fucking statements that I say on my platform, Wiccans, or anybody else's
Yeah.
with that shit. It's not necessary. It hasn't been for a long fucking time. I'm sorry. Oh, I
Yeah.
feel so bad about what happened to those poor kids, poor Shanann, poor this. Fuck off. Everybody has tragedy. Everybody has pain. Everybody has had something awful happen to them in their life because that's life.
Yeah.
Sorry to sound so abrasive, but that's the fucking truth. You know, I've lost a loved one to murder, to violence. Okay.
You know,
A lot of people have. It's not that uncommon. What is uncommon is to have a family expect the public to bankroll a fucking lawsuit against somebody that was talking about the case online, and then they tell them to go fuck themselves, and to call those people that supported them liars. People
Yeah.
like me and JC and Wicked. So
Yeah.
I don't make this about Shanann or her children or that crime. We've never talked about that case. We never did any case studies on any of our channels. We were anti-AD creators, and that's what it was. So go fuck yourself with the whole, oh, they're talking about Shanann and the family.
And I want
No.
to remind everybody once again, because they like to memory hole everything. Sarah fucking Dropbox Queen Bella, and you'll have this fucking live. When I got up on panel with Bam and told her to her face that it made me extremely uncomfortable when she talked about Shanann and the kids the way she did. And when she started doing that, I ducked out of her stream. Funny how that's never mentioned. Why didn't you find that fucking live?
Yeah, I was
Fucking
there when
FBI
you said that.
surveillance wanted.
I was there when you said that.
Fucking right. I said, right to the damn face. Oh no, we all trash Shanann and the kids. Get fucking banged, you fucking troublemaking asshole. Hi,
Yeah.
baby.
No, that's they I don't know whether that's just, again, disassociation. It's cognitive dissonance. It's just part of their parasocial psychopathy. I don't know what that is, because none of us ever spoke about. Bam sure as shit did. And I remember talking to you, JC. We're going back in time here. Remember when I said, if you're going to be in her stream and you're going to be in her chat and everything, that's on you. I don't care. You know, you go, it doesn't matter. But if she ever brings up the Crowd Justice Fund, what did I say to you?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Hi, good morning.
Make sure to know what.
Okay, she's not finishing the sentence, so I'll tell her. I said, if you're going to be in there every time she brings up the Crowd Justice Fund and says something fucky, I expect to see you putting her straight
Oh
on.
yeah.
You remember that?
Which I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
I was
And you did tell her, I'm not comfortable when you talk about this shit. I'm not comfortable when you talk about her like that. I'm not comfortable about it.
Yeah. Hi,
Sent it
baby.
to her. It
Girl.
wasn't typed in the chat. I sent it to her, but yeah.
Hi,
Hi.
good morning. I'm like, I'm intimidated coming on your panel because you guys is always some strong, like really strong
Oh.
women up here. And I'm like, oh.
Oh, no. So this is Salty on the top, and then
Already.
out there.
Hi, ladies. I'm like, I shrank a little bit right now.
Oh no,
Hi,
don't.
baby
Don't.
love.
See,
Hi, how are
No
you?
shrinking violets up here. Come on now, Linda.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
ladies.
No. No, I came to wish you guys a beautiful day, you know.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think you're like, don't apologize for shit. Like, you know, that this one thing that I admire about you, Wiccan, that you speak what you say, like what you say, it's honest, it's true, it's you, you know. And I don't think anything that ever comes out of your mouth is ill intended, you know. So
No.
keep you guys keep on doing what you're doing, and you know, stand on the right side always, and that's why I admire you guys. You guys are, like I said, strong women, and you know, I think
And you're one of them. And you're one of them too, girl. You're a strong woman too. This
I
girl
try to be.
becoming a truck driver. She's just getting her license. She's becoming a feckin' truck driver. Can't you believe that? She's amazing.
Thank you. It's my first day today. I'm like, I had, not to be nasty or anything, I have had the runs all morning. I'm like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? But
That's just your nerves. You're all kind of nerves. You're
yeah,
all and 7s. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Once I'm
Yeah.
out there, yeah, I'll be okay. But yeah, so thank you guys for being an inspiration. You know, you guys keep doing, like I said, what you're doing. And
Yes, that's me pounding on my keyboard. Shut up.
I'm like, see, look at her. She's already hitting her keyboard. Just kidding.
That's angry, shouty Jen over there. She gets angry, shouty with her keyboard.
Well, listen, darling. Happy
Oh,
Yeah, so
you're making me shy and awkward.
thank you.
well, happy birthday on your
No,
job, baby.
That's why I'm glad you said that, baby love. Tell her
Thank
again.
you,
Don't
thank you.
apologize for shit. Don't apologize for shit, Wicked.
Yeah, don't apologize.
You're a woman of
She knows.
principle.
She knows
And it
how
was
we
your
are.
principle.
Exactly.
Yep. It was your principle that made you come up and say what you say. And that's
Yeah.
why if you're
And
gonna
like I
say
said,
it,
you
say it
know,
loud, right?
what do they say? Like birds of a feather. Birds of a feather stick together, you know,
Flock-
and that's why
flock together,
I
that's
follow
right.
her and I admire her, you know. So
Yeah, and
She's a
likewise,
sweetheart.
love, you know, I follow you too.
you
and
guys
I
have
love
a beautiful day.
Oh,
You
thank you,
too.
darling.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, have a great
You.
Thank you guys. You guys have a beautiful day. Okay, I gotta go, but
You
yeah,
You
talk to you
too.
soon.
You too. Thank you, baby love. Thank
Thank you,
you.
guys.
Yeah, she's a lovely.
Every day.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah, she's a great lady. She's a lovely lady, and she's, you know, embarking on a new career, truck driving. I just think she's awesome. You know, the
Oh, there you go.
sightings, and she's driving all across the country. And wow, I'd be so intimidated looking at them. I'd be like, shit. Yeah, I'd be, yeah, but no fear, no fear. This lady has no fear. She's brilliant.
That's
That is the
awesome.
difference. Wicked,
Yeah.
a lot of people develop principles, and that's how they can come on and make a video. Apologise. If see what I said privately. If someone can't accept this apology,
I'm-
fuck off.
I'm gonna jump down in the
Because-
chat. I'm having some issues here. I might come back up.
Okay.
Your audio is a little is kind of cutting in and out, and you sound really far away.
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is that shows the morals. It shows the strength.
Yeah.
So, and that's all I've got to say. Is fuck them. I wouldn't worry. I would not worry about it. I get angry. I say a lot of shit. I sometimes feel bad after it, but right now, I promise you, I'm not going to swear. I could not care about any of them, any of that community
Yeah.
and the family.
Yeah.
Lizzie's crazy fucking group.
Yeah.
I did swear. Lizzie's crazy group about the sums and the calculations, how much he did. If the man wants to play poker, let him play poker. I stupidly interjected myself into a poker tournament. Do you know how fucking embarrassed I was? I told you, Sam.
Yeah.
I was humiliated that I went in and stalked a 60 fucking year old man. If that was my father, I wouldn't have liked it.
No, you wouldn't have.
So who am I to go into someone's poker tournament and laugh and joke and call them fucking names?
Yeah, and everybody calling him a pedophile and wanting people to go and kick his ass when they were there.
And that's what I wanted to say. One last thing is
And
you
that's-
saying that. Sorry, Wicket. You just like one last thing. You saying that, Martin Dean, you get that pedo vibe about him.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that, sir.
But I did.
Yeah,
but the reason I said it was
just let me
because
speak.
yeah,
I do not agree with that. I do not agree with calling any man that. It's so fucking dangerous. That's why I put post after post. I know you were angry. I know you were saying it for a reason.
Yeah.
You get that.
it was the principle.
That P vibe of film.
Yeah.
It was a prince because he got that drug vibe from you.
Yeah.
A fucking end of life nurse. Just like he did with Dab. The
Yeah.
nicest guy you could ever fucking come across.
Yeah.
And that piece of shit, that rat, had to go for his jugular.
Yeah.
Along with Tinksy, Sarah Bellum. And
Oh,
you know
yeah.
something? I'm glad when I heard Granny Fanny saying she's getting Martin Dean. I'll be speaking about him. He's getting a wee bit too big for his britches. He's getting a wee bit thin. And he tore it. He said a wee bit about Helen Schaefer.
Yeah.
The two of them are peas in a pod. I came what?
She's
I
nasty.
couldn't give I couldn't give a hoot. I'm trying to swear. I didn't give a hoot if he's broken up or no. I never ever did.
No,
I've said
I
this.
don't care.
I've said what was it to you for the start? I could not give
We
a
don't care.
fuck about the
We
relationship.
don't care.
If they're together, if they're happy, if they're sad,
They're not.
fucking care.
Don't fucking care.
I just think that he should be the one that's banned for this country. He's abused
Dangerous. He's
and
he's
annoyed
stuck
and went
people.
for more people than anybody on this platform.
Yeah.
And before you come out with bam, 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 Bam had her own thoughts, her own mouth. She had her own live stream. It's not as if she was coming on like what I'm saying now, and every word, all you in the peanut gallery, it's recording, listening. This is my words, my thoughts, what I'm saying. So don't look at Sam, then look at Wicken, then look at Sheila or anybody else.
It doesn't matter. They're going to.
It's fucking mine. It's my words. It's my thoughts. If I say I don't like Sinead Watts, that's on me. That's me, and I'm allowed to say it. If I say I didn't like Frankie, but you fucking don't. It's up to me. And it's sorry, Wicker, I didn't mean to say all this in your stream, but if it's what I'm trying to make a point. If I say I don't like someone, or I think Frankie's a piece of shit, that is my thoughts, my opinion. I'm entitled to it. Now, I don't know what the reason I don't go on and type what I really want to say is because I didn't want backlash coming onto your stream, onto Sheila's, onto if I do it, do you know what I used to tell people with the group I was in? And that was Lizzie and all the rest of them were in that group. Cheryl was in the group. Cheryl was about the only one I got on with. The only one that actually would comment back to me. And I hope a few are listening because Suzanne, anyway, I'll leave that. What I'm trying to say is, like, that group, I'm losing my train of thought. Sorry. But what I'm saying is, even that group, it's just the people have got their own thoughts on things. I forgot where it'll fucking chat. But what I'm trying to say is, anything that I say is my thoughts and my words. They're coming out of my mouth. It's how I feel. Now, the only reason if I say I don't like Frankie, it's because of the shit, the lies he's told, the shit he's put people through, and all the rest of it. That's it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to go on and on. I'm going to be quiet.
No,
But
the reason I
I
do
know,
these
darling, but
is so
yeah.
people can speak their mind, and I don't care if who comes for me, what comes for me. I really don't care. I just filter out an awful lot of the bullshit. But what I do correct is lies. I will correct lies, and I will call out lies, and I'm not going to stop doing that. You know, and as I said to Helen, I said I'm quite happy to take down something. I said, you know, if you feel that it's offensive to you, but as soon as you remove all your lying posts about Salty and her DV, that disgusting post that you mentioned about her, when you remove all of that and admit that you were wrong, well, then I might start taking down things that you find upsetting. Yep. But I'm not going to do it before that.
No, you know, and this is as you said, this we all know this is this Christian woman who Sundays for the soul, but I'll call people and what, and we all know what she done with your friend. We all know what Helen is saying. See if you come back as this was food and it. I counted yesterday. I looked at her post, and I do look at your post, Helen, because I like to keep up on what you and your goblin boyfriend say, and I will call him that. He calls me names, and I'm no tit for tat. I just don't fucking like him. Simple as that. Nobody does. As I said, he's waiting for more people than anyone. Anyway, I've got my own beef with him. But what I'm trying to say is, that post that you wrote, Helen, see the one when Sam showed that bruise and you said she's lying. You absolute piece of shit. You are meant to be a Christian. You know, Christians might have turned the other cheek, Helen. But anyway, you say that she was lying. Now, Sam, you in your darkest hour, when your teeth were falling out, you were, I'll say this, when your teeth were falling out, you didn't have a shower for months, you were letting people for Second Life come to your door that you didn't know and shit like that. You're putting everybody else in danger in your stare. And no, in the community, in the stair. Anyway, all that shit you've gone through, everything you asked Sam for help, she said to me 2-3 years back, she felt like she had a duty of care, being a nurse, that she could not physically help you. She wasn't in the same. See, if Sam's in the same country, I've heard her saying that, and I'll not mention the person's name. I've said her saying it to someone else that was really unwell. If you want me there, honey, I'll be there. And this is somebody that's at the other side of the fucking world. So when she said that to Sam, and as everybody knows, I don't know why I'm repeating this, but I'm just going to say it. When she said that to Sam told 2 people, one of them being Claire Morgan. Now, sorry, that group I was in, Claire was in it, Lizzie was in it, Cheryl, Suzanne, a few people, a good few, 12 people were in it. Now, I left that group because I was sick and tired of them talking about JC and Sam. And I says, look, I was talking to Sam at the time. I didn't want to say anything to anybody. And I said, look, why don't you text Sam or Jen personally and tell them how you feel or
Yeah.
how you felt about their life? Now, Lizzie, I really went for Lizzie's jugular on a voice clip, and it was about Jen. So anyway, when I was seeing all the comments coming through, just that, and as I said, in a private group, I suppose it's meant to be okay because you can talk about everything. So, but I was sick and tired of them saying, just like Helen, I'm staying on topic, Sam. Just like Helen talking about everybody else, they were talking about exactly, Jen, the bunch of two-faced fucking
Oh, yeah.
bitches, no heifers, bitches. So
Yeah.
they're talking about Jen, and I'm saying, listen, why don't you say it to Jen's face or Sam's face? Now, I'm talking to Sam. We are talking every single fucking night on the phone. I'm telling you, now, I felt, and as I said, I've told this before, I felt shit. I felt like I fucking hate liars. Like a lot of people, I could not stand that I wasn't telling anybody. But I wasn't going to betray Sam and tell this person, that person, this bit. It wasn't up to me. There was 2 years. It was our life. It wasn't for content, and I didn't want everybody to see. And that's when Helen and Martin, and I spoke to this person. I still wanted to say her name, and I said to her, "Listen, I honestly don't care about the relationship." And this person would back me up to the fucking hilty. And she says, "Yeah, I know that, John. I know you wouldn't think you." Yeah, I says, honestly, I don't care. I says, what he does is absolutely fucking absurd. I says, and what she does to back him up and doesn't say anything. Now, this person's in the same group with him.
Wow.
When Helen fell out with Martin the first time, the genuine Ruzak supporters, when Helen fell out with, when they finished the first time, do you know what Helen turned around and says to this woman?
Yeah.
I think you're happy. I think you're not rejoicing, but whatever the words used. I could not fucking believe it. This woman wouldn't say anything like she isn't like that. She wouldn't say anything like that. Helen was literally saying, because this person was speaking to me, that meant that she was the devil fucking, she was evil and the devil incarnate. She was
Yeah.
evil absolute because she spoke to me. And I said, so that's what I was going to say. So in that group, with Lizzie and all that, this is what I was going to say. And I love how you said that, Wiccan, that when people come on your channel, they say what they want. And it's, as I say, I always say, this is my words. But what I used to say to them was, stay away from me. When I was making a video about
Yeah.
whoever, Martin or whoever, and because I know a lot of them were up Martin's arse, Guernsey Girl and all the rest of them. I love Martin Dean and I love Martin Dean. All these
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
idiots. But that's before the cartoon loon, and I'll call you all that. But I'd make up names about everybody else, I'll call you that. So this was before all of them. And they're all, yeah, Martin's great. I thought Martin was all right at one time.
Yes,
Until I seen, sorry, darling, as you were going to say, so did you. We all did. I thought he was all right. I didn't know otherwise. I didn't think that way. I didn't think people have got ulterior motives. But the two-facedness for these people, it was just fucking off the charts. And that's when I left. I had to leave the group because I could not talk to Sam. And I would not break her fucking heart. But I was not going to the position she was in at the time. This was right at the start. I was not going to hurt her by telling her this person saying this and this. No, that I would. I'm not a wee clipe. This person saying this and this person saying that. And with Jen, I didn't repeat anything. I'll be right up front. I'm not gonna lie. I did say to Jen certain things, and it was only a couple. And I said, Jen, what I would say, Jen, she is not your friend. That's all I needed to say. But Jen already, JC's not stupid. She's smarter than me. She knew this. But what I'm saying is, like, all these people were up Helen's arse, and Nuff was in the chat. Nuff, Cheryl, and whoever. It was a long time ago. 2 or 3 of them would, when I would comment, they would say something. But fucking when Bam would make a alive, what would they say? Twice I got it. Cassius, what do you think of what Bam said about Lizzie? I said, Lizzie's not this fucking poor old woman that grows peas and carrots. I'm sorry for people that like Lizzie. I seen through Lizzie a long time ago. Lizzie's not this whole woman that's perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Taking her numbers and her fucking 18 terabytes. Say,
Were you already blocked in Bam's channel at that point? I think
no, I was not. No, yet. I was actually quite upset about that. I wanted to know. I texted her. I was like, Bam, why would you block me on your channel? And bless someone texts me. Do you know who you are? Was it saying it? And said, Bam's live. And I literally sent a text back. And says, I'm blocked. I can't get in. And I wasn't going to, I'm not going to say lower myself, but I wasn't going to go in and say, Bam, why have you blocked me? Or going under an alt and say, Bam, it's Cassius. Why have you blocked me, you bastard? Can't you shame the devil? And I really wanted to. I really fucking wanted to. But, and me and Sam said this before, we would sit and no laugh at anybody in the chat because it wasn't like that. We'd laugh at Bam raving and ranting. And that's how, like, when I put on an Irish accent, Maddie goes fucking mental. She laughs at the head off. I take you down the street, kick her fucking head in, rip her clothes off and leave her naked the fucking street. And that's just me on a tangent. I know my accent's fucking terrible. But do the Bam. But she loved this fucking accent. She loved me going on about Bam. But we used to sit and laugh. And like, I remember I was in there once. And you pulled me up, Sam, and went, you were in that chat, John. Oh my, what?
No, that was in the poker tournament. That's when you and I first started talking.
Oh, I thought it was a bit bad. So even that, Wiccan, they call you, you're right, name that. I keep it. Even that, Wiccan, don't tax her, damn. I know I've got an address and everything. Nah. So it was like the poker tournament and that. I literally was fucking ashamed that I went in like a sheep, and I wasn't a sheep. I went in my own accord, but I went in, and what I got was the Grosvenor Hotel is at the end of Corstorphine Road. I was having people saying to me, Cassius, AD's going to be I don't know why I'm talking solid Scottish here with accent. Cassius, AD's going to be at the Grosvenor Hotel, no playing poker. Are you going to go along? And I'm not getting lifted by the police. Sorry, I'm not getting lifted by the police just so you can fucking get your jollies off.
See, this is the thing. Back then, when everybody would do that shit and you were dogpiling them in those streams and go down and see them and do whatever, I think that Helen and those few people that are still left think that they're going to continue the dogpile. But it's just not happening.
Yeah,
it's
see,
fucking pathetic.
But we're on there, Helen, and that's when I caught wee Dark Angel. I love my Grim hoodie. My Grand Wayne wants one, and that's why I'm delighted. And I was thinking about last night, her saying, me thinking, you can't stand Salty, but you didn't know she was Grim all alone. You fucking muppet. You still want a Grim hoodie for your Grand Wayne? And it's, you know what it is? I've got a real name. A real name came up because it came up, and nobody used the word Grand Wayne. Wayne is a Glaswegian saying for grandchild, for child.
Yeah.
And Edinburgh is the word for thing. So I wouldn't say her name, but as I said, it's there in the poker tournament, and everybody can see it. I love my Grim hoodie, and I want one for my Grand Wayne. Well, Ken, what? How do you love them fucking apples? Can you stand Salty? But all the time she was fucking grim. Said, I mean, because I got my kill when it was, and JC, stop playing Doctor Who. We were at the tattoo, and that's what she said. I wondered if they started playing Doctor Who. I was like, that. No, they fucking put that on YouTube. Get it off. Anyway, I'm done.
He goes off on a tangent. I'm sorry, y'all. He goes off on a tangent like a motherfucker. I'm sorry. He'll take 18 right turns before he gets back to go again, and he's forgotten where he was at to begin with. 19, not 18.
The Scottish way. That's the way we do things. We go off and we kind of forget what we're talking about, and then we rattle on something else, and we keep going until we remember what we were talking about, and then we go back to it. So it's a bit of a journey we take you on. We're great storytellers.
I know, but you know what's funny? He was talking about Mad. There were so many times, because we'd always be on the phone and FaceTime FaceTime. It was like we slept together on the phone. I've told y'all that before. But there was obvious time differences sometimes, obviously. But there were times where he would just be talking on his tangent. And he'd be going on, and Maddie's in there, and she's like, "What the fuck is he talking about now? What? How did we get here? What is he talking about?" And I'm like, "Exactly. I know, exactly." But that's just how he is, and that's one of the reasons why I love him. That's just one reason why I love the man. What were you saying though? You went on her page and you saw how many times she said marrow.
Oh, sorry, that's the fucking discussion. Last night.
That's what it was.
Wiccan, I went on her channel and I went on the post and I counted it, and I think I could be wrong. It was either 13 or 19 times that absolute
Let's say 29 at this point.
bitch used that fucking word. Now, if you're not having a dig at someone, and I'm sorry, Wiccan, I've no trying to upset you, darling.
No,
bring this up.
you're not upsetting me, darling.
Because I would want to please believe me. I'm being serious. Even as oh no, I better not say as a guy. I'd want to rip her fucking head off. That's my words once again. But she used that word. I counted it about 19 fucking times.
So fucking
13, or it was either 13 or 19 times. Now, she be counting that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I thought, you fucking witch. That's every second sentence you're using the word marrow.
Everybody
Marrow.
can see what a disgusting shit cunt she is.
Do you know something?
Everybody.
The first thing I saw, Helen, the first thing was, see when you put up that picture, I was raging when you fucking did. I wasn't happy that you done that. But when Sam put up that picture and Helen Schaefer made out that it was a lie, that's when Fingal Ali, that's when she went on the attack and started saying, and then about the chains, I got my fucking kill.
What?
About the chains. Now, what did I used to say to Sam? There's
psychotic stalker behavior there. I don't know what it is.
I used to say, there's my train. When we used to talk, because you used to hear beep beep. But when I looked on the map, I used to stalk her on the maps, try to find out exactly where she stayed, and she used to tell me the address. It would go right out my fucking head. My memory's terrible, so I would look at that. And all I would see was this this track going all the way through New Braunfels. And as Sam said, there's a fucking chain museum, and you can see it. So when I don't know if you've told anybody where you moved after you moved out of your house.
I was at 333. I'll say it again.
Yeah.
There. The first time I was at 333 Azalea Way, New Braunfels, Texas 78132, and then I moved to, and I'm not going to give the exact numerical address, off of Wald Road, New Braunfels, Texas.
Now,
78132.
do you know something? I didn't even ask Sam that. I didn't want to know. I knew where she was, who she was living, where she was living, but I would not attempt. I've said this in private to a few people. I have said. I used to say to Sam, "Tell me what you want, when you want, if you want." Anything, and we used to have some really in-depth conversations, but I would never say to her,
"Tell me where
you are," and I'd never say to her, "Go and take a picture, like outside." I felt like I was I did. I felt as if I was interfering. I was going. It was too much. I didn't want to know. I didn't need to know.
Did you ever think though that all these years later you'd have somebody like that saying the train sounds aren't any different? That's fucking crazy to me. That is some low life,
now, I've got a chain
low
station.
level, low IQ fuckery.
Waverley Station isn't that funky. But so you could hear if I was closer, you'd hear the train tracks, and you'd hear da-dum. Now at night, 3 in the morning, you can sometimes hear them if I was closer to Waverley. Now, if you heard that, and I stayed 4 miles away, 5 miles away, you'd still fucking hear the hot beep beep. I used to see that.
Well, that's because it's ambient noise. And when I was on Azalea, I was up on the bluffs. I was further away from train tracks. But in New Braunfels, they transversed all over New Braunfels. I mean, there's so many different train lines going through there.
What you originally said was, do you think I would ever be hearing from Fingal? Yes. From Martindale? Absolutely. From Helen Schaefer? Not in a million years. After how you helped her and what you've done and what you like
You lay down with dogs, you get up with fucking
like
fleas,
Lisa,
baby.
right? Like that
Yeah.
Lisa. I've sat day after day, and I don't say anything bad about her. I listened to her problems about her
Yeah.
CPN,
Yeah.
nothing she's not put there. I done that in a kind-hearted fucking way.
Yeah.
I was courteous, receptive to courtesy. I was trying to be as nice as I could.
Yeah.
Right? As I said, I see when Martin put the message.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
text her
You're such a
and
fucking
says,
dick.
Lisa,
Listen,
did
let
you
me
give him?
thing here. I
Sorry.
can attest to the way that John speaks to people because we all text each other, we all have conversations, and he speaks to all of us like that. He's a very, very nice guy, and he doesn't mean there's no sexual there's nothing meant by it. Like I say, love or sweetheart or hun or whatever all the time. It's just the way we are, you know. Like
Yeah.
that's just the way he speaks. There is
Darling, if I say darling, it's just a
Yeah.
word. All right, darling, how you doing?
Exactly. It's like me with hun or sweetheart or whatever, you know. So, I mean, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit because like he's always spoke to people like that, you know, and you're trying to invent things where there isn't anything, you know.
Yeah,
So
there's
stop
nothing
that
there.
shit because we
So,
all
but,
know, you
yeah,
know, and
That's what they've always
the
done.
friend
Yeah.
John's knows that he speaks to us all like that. Man, bloke, woman, fucking whatever. Like he's the same with us all, you know. So get the fuck out of here with that shit, you know.
It's just when I text and I says, have you gave Martin your like? Because I says to Martin, I don't know in Helen's post, Martin, I hope you've gave. I don't know, she's probably blocked me. But Martin, I hope you've got permission to put these texts out because
Yeah.
they were private.
Yeah.
No,
And
but I
it
give a fuck.
never even, in true to Martin Dehan style, he never showed anything of consequence. It never even said it was from Lisa to Cassius. That was a WhatsApp screenshot, you fucking dick. Again, it's so easy to debunk that alcoholic prick. I mean, you know, that shit cunt himself. I mean, it's so easy to debunk his shit.
Yeah.
But then he lost his shit completely and started making actual threats to me. So
I'm glad you took steps to
there was
to do
no
this.
way in
No,
fucking
no,
hell that you're
no
going to start
fucking
losing
way.
your fucking mind and start making threats to me that I was not going to act upon, because we all know what Martin Dehan is like. And you started off the stream, Wiccan, and we're going right back to the beginning with that page that JC shared yesterday.
Oh, I know.
So, you know, with the Martin Dehan, whatever that one is, I don't know who it is. They're probably going to say it's me, and it's not. You know, I say if it was, I have my own channel. I don't need to make one.
No.
But what was I saying? Yes, he made absolute threats. All the shit that he's done with Dar, those have real life consequences, and that's why I said I hope those real life consequences are fucking you up the ass, really dry and hard right now, because he has stalked and gone real life and doxed people and threatened people and tried to get them fired, and he finds out where their dead parents are buried, and you know, just I don't know why you would want that information or why it's required or needed or necessary in any fucking world. Second Life for real. I just don't understand that.
No, me either.
So yeah, she shared that, and it wasn't anything that any of us didn't know about him to begin with. I mean, he is again of all the people that could have crossed into my atmosphere as a quote unquote truther. I wish to God that he was never on the periphery of it, because he was never about the truth. He was never about doing the right thing. And those that claim to be that they are, it's absolutely nothing can be further from that.
They
Absolutely.
hard themselves, you know. I mean, they're saying that they're, you know, oh, you know, stopping this and stopping that, and I'll stand up against this and stand up against that. Well, you know, there's a whole community standing up against you people now because they've seen straight through your bullshit and lies, you know. So I mean, there you go, take it out of that. You know, it's disgusting what you said and the things that you've done, you know, absolutely fucking disgusting. I mean, I can't even put it into words what I think of you, because you know, there are no words that can describe the lowest of the low in my book, and because that's exactly what you are. You're something that I would scrape off my shoe, you know, and think nothing more of it. You're just
I can't believe she used marrow that many times in her fucking post. That's just disgusting.
Yeah, but you know,
That's
that's what she
fascinating.
wanted to hurt me. That's exactly what she wanted to do. And these people have gone out of their way so many times saying, oh, they've done that with intent to hurt you, Helen. Oh, they've done that to hurt you. And I mean, that's a sick person who goes that far, you know, with the intent to hurt somebody. Well, then there you go. Look at your own friend. Look at your friend. Look at what she's doing now. Is that not the same? Do we not get the same courtesy? No?
That's called
Oh,
projection.
yeah. Yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
just what it is. It's just projection.
Yeah, well, she can project her shite to herself because I'm not interested in it. You know, keep it to yourself. I'm not interested in it, and you know, don't take the piss out of my friend anymore, please, and what he's going through, because he's far more of a fucking decent human being than you'll ever be, or that you ever wish to be. You know, he's a really, really good man. He's a kind
But did
heart.
you think back then at the time that all of you Wiccan and all of you in the chat right now in those would be replacement BAM therapy for them?
Oh, for
Did you
fuck.
did you anticipate that? Could you ever believe it was BAM? And if
Oh,
that came from hell, because when all this shit happened with Claire, she wanted to start making it about BAM. That was the only thing she cared about at
oh
that
yeah.
point. And now you're her BAM replacement therapy. You
Well,
and Sheila and Kiss and JC, y'all are again BAM replacement therapy.
oh, she can fuck right up
Fucking
that shit too.
heifers, man.
Yeah. Well, she
I never
can.
thought
Fuck right off with
that
that
would happen.
shit now. There's nobody replacing Bam. Bam was Bam. I'm me. We're very different people. We always were very different people. You know, and again, as I said, you know, Bam said what she wanted to say on her channel. She was entitled to do. It was her channel, her space.
Mhm.
You could
Mhm.
not tell Bam anything. You could, I mean, you could say, listen, I don't agree with that, or I think you went too far, or whatever, whatever. Did she give a shit? Absolutely not. She tell you to go and fuck off and mind your own business. Her chance, she's the
I believe
captain
you
of her
do.
ship, and that was that.
So not surprising. Oh, I'm just reading what they just said. But
Oh,
oh,
thank you.
that's nice. Sharon,
You know,
that's
I
sweet.
absolutely will. I absolutely will. Sharon, you're very kind. I absolutely will. I'll be going up to. He's not allowed any outside food at the moment, and I know he'll be going mad. He's dying for a burger. He's only in there, and he's already dying for a burger. So when he's allowed to actually have food, I'll buy him a juicy big burger, and I'll bring it in, and I'll tell him it was on you. There you go. He'll love that. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah, he's not a magazine reader. He's a burger eater. So that's what I'll do. I'll bring him in a burger. You're as good. Thank you, darling. Oh, he's going to be delighted
You
with
know
that.
what though? Happy Helly, did you know that she said that I was lying about being a victim of domestic violence, and I was doing a live stream when her community post came out and John showed it to me, or they were talking about it, and I instantly pulled up just one photo of many that I had on my phone right then and there, showing just one injury from one incident that I suffered at the hands of that piece of shit that I was married to. And in real time,
Yeah.
I never thought I would have to come out. I never thought that anybody would use and I never went into the great length in detail because I still get triggered as fuck when
Yeah.
I talk about it. And when I think about him, I just can't do it. I start having anxiety attacks. But that she did that, in that anything in my life would be used for content on somebody's channel like that. I never thought it would be somebody like that. I never thought it would be her. But that's the lengths that they go to, right? And that in real time, I debunked that shit. But then I guess consequently, she said that, oh, that was a fake photo. Well, I've got plenty more that I could show, but I'm not going to on principle alone. I don't need to.
Absolutely.
My
Oh,
personal life was never put out on YouTube ever
no.
in such a degree that it would be used for content. And that's why I'm so glad that John and I never said anything about being in a relationship for as long as he did, because
Me
that the shit that they started doing would have been going back years. And I'm talking about people like Allison Purcell and just a few fucking psychopath stalkers that are still around, but they've been looking for it. I said it on the live streams that I did a couple of months ago. I'm not going to be there's not going to be a tit for tat. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm not going to lower myself in such a degree. I'm not going to be a replacement for BAM. It's just not going to happen. And that's what they were hoping to do. It's just not going to happen. But then when you have Martin Deham making absolute threats, I followed up accordingly. And
Yeah.
that goes to what JC is saying. Where do you think he is now? She's being a little tongue in cheek. She knows exactly what's going on. She knows what I've done and what's happened. So
Yes.
it's sick. It's gross.
It was fucking, oh my God, it was morally, morally corrupt, completely corrupt. And just I mean, how could you do that to somebody that was a friend? How could you take that and twist it into a lie?
I'm glad she's here, because do you remember how upset I was at that time
Oh,
because I was friends with Helen,
yeah.
and Happy knows that I shared what was going on with her, with the people that I shared it with, to get her the help that I couldn't get her because I was in the United States and she was in
Of
the
course.
UK.
Yeah.
And so I went to the two people that I was believing were in the best position to help her. And one
Sure.
was Susie, and the other one was Claire Morgan, because Claire said she was a fucking lawyer.
Yeah.
And Susie, of course, being part of, with mental health groups and women's
Sure.
rights and all this other stuff, they were both empowered. They were both, had avenues that
Sure.
they could go down to get her the help that she needed, right? And that's why I shared anything that I shared.
Yeah.
But well, I'm glad she's here. But and it's good to see you. It's good to see you, sweetheart.
Helen, happy
But
too.
but yeah, and that's it. So I shared it with just those people to get her that help. And so anything that came out that was shared with, that would have come from Claire. It certainly didn't come from me. I never had any one-on-one conversations with Bam. Well, I had one, but she was in a group chat that I did privately.
Yeah.
And I believe Kiss said that she was in that chat. I'm glad you were there, Kiss. You remember that? And so that's the only time that I spoke privately with Bam. And there were several other people there.
Sure. I wasn't a private
I
chat.
certainly wouldn't tell her anything about that.
Yeah.
But oh, it is a beautiful day. You know what my mom used to say?
It is.
When my mother was at her worst with cancer, and she still had this incredible outlook, and every time we would be anywhere and anybody said, you have a good day, she would say, all my days are good, all my days are great,
Oh,
all of
bless.
them. And just like my dad would always say, every day you are alive and in the world is a good day.
Yeah, my granddad
It's a
used to say
beautiful day.
something very similar. He used to say, every day above ground is a good day.
Yep, absolutely. It is a beautiful day. The sun is
Yeah.
shining.
Yeah.
And it's not hot, Wiccan, for fuck's sake.
It is. Fucking roasting, you mad cow, you.
I was boiling coming back.
It's
Coming back,
roasting.
it was fucking boiling.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
The heat here is
Say that to me.
to when you're away.
Yeah, I always imagine as soon as John steps off the plane in Central Texas and gets out of the airport, he's just gonna melt right in place. Oh my God, I can't breathe. And he's gonna go right back inside.
No.
Where's the aircon?
I know that I'll get there when I fucking love it. Oh, sorry, I'm a poor Fagin here. I can't afford it.
Oh yeah,
Maybe
he's so
you
poor.
do
He can't
pay for it.
afford international travel at all.
Shit.
No,
That's weird.
terrible.
Oh
Yeah,
my
not
God.
true. Not true, by the way. Far from truth. But you go and think what you want, because you always do that. Anyway, make your own bullshit lies up just to make yourselves feel better about your own shitty lives, and that's fine. You do that. Live in your own little fucking daydream. Nobody else lives there, only you. So that's good.
Because I'm looking forward to the quiz night. And you know what? I meant to follow up, because she said you sound as competitive as me. You have no idea how competitive I am. I grew up in a family of, my parents were both very competitive. And I have a story to tell. I mean, oh my gosh, we played sports, we played everything. Academics, you had to be the best. I remember my father saying, if you're not a winner, what does that make you?
You're a
No,
loser,
you're a-
damn it.
Yes, he said, that means you're a loser. I'm like, okay. And I'm like 8, so yeah.
Get your sister in the back of the car.
Okay, so I'll tell them the story. My sister and I were playing in a tri-state tournament in softball, and we were in different divisions at that time, but we had both qualified, and we were both on the all-star team. We had the best of the best from 3 different states right there, and we were hosting it that year, and I was 12. Okay.
Wow.
And I'll never forget this, because her game was right before mine, so she was still playing when I started playing my game. And I got word that they lost their first game, and consequently my team lost our game. Okay.
Oh,
So we get into the car, and we are having a brief break, and my mom and dad are in the front seat, obviously, and my sister and I are in the back. And we go to this little barbecue joint, just to have a light lunch, get a salad and some iced tea and stuff because I had to play the next game.
Oh, God.
We played actually before my sister. She didn't play until later that afternoon. So we were in the car, and my father was just staring at us in the rearview mirror, saying, "I cannot believe this. I cannot believe that you both lost." And that's when he said it. Again, he said, "Do you know what that? I mean, you lost. That makes you losers. Because if you hadn't lost, you'd be winners. I just can't believe that you both lost. That you're both losers right now. You don't want to be." And I'm like, "Dad." And so he got out. My mom got out. My sister and I just sat in the back seat, going, "Damn, damn." So consequently, though, this is the absolute truth. We went back, and I'm like, "Jesus Christ!" I didn't, we're warming up for the next game.
Okay.
And I know that y'all probably don't know softball, but let's just put it this way. In that game, it was the only time I ever made a fucking triple play. Okay. I got the 3 outs that fucking won the goddamn game. I had everybody coming out screaming, throwing up their hats. I kept us from being fucking eliminated from the tournament. And everybody's, Bernie, my coach, was picking me up on his shoulders. Everybody's going crazy. Everything, the whole place went wild and shit. And there's my dad just standing on the sideline on the fence with his arms crossed. And all he did was just give me a little nod. I'm like, "God damn." And then he turned around, but then he did that slow clap. That was my dad doing the slow clap, going, "All right, that's my girl. That's my girl." And
well, my dad used to say, "When you come second, what does that make you?" I was like, "Oh, second." He goes, "No, the first loser."
yeah, you see the first loser. So, and that coach, his name was Bernie. He called me a dumbass. You can't get away with that nowadays. But imagine back in the day, calling the kids that you're coaching a dumb. That's just a dumbass. You're a dumbass. That was a dumbass move. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you can't do that now. I was 12, right? So yeah, I'm competitive, Kiss. I'm ultra competitive, and I will kick everybody's ass in that chat in the quiz. I don't know what the quiz is about. I don't fucking care. I don't care if it's Roberta's birthday. I'm not gonna let her win. Okay, because I'm not going to be a loser. I'm not going to be a loser on quiz. This is my first quiz I'm taking part in. I'm going to win it.
You're going to have such a laugh because it's so much fun. And you're not allowed Google. You're not allowed Google. No
John,
Google.
what are you even doing then? You use Google all the time on those quiz nights. What the hell?
Get the answers before the quiz.
He's spilling the goods on you, John.
I'm teasing.
Try clicking for the answer.
Yeah, you're not supposed to use Google, but everybody.
Remember with the tattoo, and I told you nothing of. She went, "Right, Cassie, you should get this. What was Scotland before it was called Scotland?" I was trying to type up. Sorry, Caledonia.
Caledonia.
Coming up everything but fucking Caledonia. Caledonia, Cali, just when they come. So.
Oh, I can't believe I can spill the beans now because he bought us those tickets several months ago, right? As an early, I don't want to. I rationalized the expense by saying it was an early birthday gift, but it wasn't. I know. But so he got us tickets to the 75th. It's the 75th year of the Royal Edinburgh Scottish, or the tattoo here.
Oh, nice.
And it was so nice. And they were filming that one, so it'll be on TV later on. What?
Oh, Sam, is that the Civil War?
Oh, that was so. But I don't. History, enough history. They had the American fife and drum band out, right? And they're wearing the little red coats with their wigs and their tricorns and everything.
Oh, okay.
And John is like, "Is that from the Civil War?"
Like red coat soon. That's when the Americans were surprised.
They did used to say that the red coats are coming. The red coats are coming. They used to. They did.
He's like, "Is that from the Civil War with slavery and all of that?" I was like, "No." I was like, "No, it's not okay." And there was there were more American accents in that crowd than anything, which was it was fun.
For a nitwicking, it was. I think it was.
Was it $70? $70?
No, for a nippy Glenmorangie.
No,
it was it Glenfiddich? Yeah. It wasn't Glenmorangie. It was Glenfiddich. For a nip, a whiskey, it was £7. No, £13. £13 for a nip. For a flask, and I said to Sam, says, "What's a flask?" When we go back, I said, "For a flask." The rich again, sorry. I says, "A flask, £70." She says, "What's a flask, John?" I says, a flask, and I swear to God, you could get maybe 100 ml into it. It was about 100 ml. £70 for
well,
fucking
do you know what? I'd have nipped off down to the offie. I'd have
Well,
bought and
I
brought
was
it
raging
back.
because you weren't there. I bought a can of Coke and it had to be, you had to open it. I thought, what is that? So I didn't fly and throw it at the English. Because they said sorry, or the people in England, because they said stand up for the national anthem. I thought it was going to be the Scottish one. It was no, God Save the King, well, the Queen, God Save the King now. So when I'm standing, can of Coke, please. £3 for a can of Coke. I don't know how much a can of Coca-Cola is.
You're
I says,
so poor, you couldn't afford a 3 pound
I
can
know.
of Coke, damn
So I
it.
says, look, I didn't want a can of Coke with a wee bit of sugar, half sugar, no sugar, well, no sugar, half a wee bit of sugar. Kind of now you can't get she calls it squash or pop or whatever, juice. You can't get a can of juice without it being like half sugar, low sugar. You call it soda. Like. Yeah, it's like chips, fries, or whatever the hell you call it. I call them crisps.
Give me wicked bad. I don't want you talking.
You're living my cup of tea anyway.
We're talking too much about our private life, and people are going to use it for content. Damn
Oh
it!
yeah, well, just watch. Yeah, don't spill too much. But the one thing that really pisses me off about the States when you go there, especially New York. I don't know about the rest of the States, but you go in and you see the prices and you go. My daughter, I think I told you this before. She was so angry. I was standing outside the shop and she wanted to go in and get a slice of chocolate cake. She had her eye on this chocolate cake. So she went in and she asked first how much it was, and she said, okay. She came out, she said, Mum, it's blah, blah, blah. So, okay, gave her the money. She went in, and then when she got to the till, she was like, oh, it's an extra like $2 or whatever it was. And she said, yeah, but you just said that it was blah, blah, blah. She said, yeah, but we had the taxes on at the tills. And she said, do you want it? She said, absolutely not. You can keep it. It was 8.
Well,
it was 8.
you know, think $8.
No, she was only 8. She was absolutely not. You can keep
How could you do that? Your kid is 8-year-old kid all ready for a piece of chocolate fucking cake, and you didn't want to pay just a couple of extra cents for the taxes? What
no,
the
not me.
hell?
It was the way at the till. She had the money to buy it, and the wait or the woman at the till was like, "Do you still want it?" And she was like, "Absolutely not. You can keep it." She was infuriated.
Oh
She felt like she
gosh.
was getting ripped off. I had to explain to her that and she said, that's stupid. Why don't they just add it onto the price so everybody knows what they're paying? That's just stupid.
Well, I get it. In the States, you have sales tax, local sales tax, state tax. It just depends on where you are, and each state is different.
Yeah.
But it's like when you go to places like we did that Friday or last Friday, you expect to pay more because of the event itself. I mean, it's that simple. But it's like you walk up and down the high street, and you're going down Princess Street, and you're seeing all of these, all of the touristy shops, all the tartan shops and the plaids and, all of this. And there was this cute little tweed outfit, and I had to show Maddie because it was a matching tweed cape and a matching coat for the dog. And she and David, her boyfriend, have a puppy named Diesel. And I was like, I can get you a matching outfit right now. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. She's like, that wouldn't fit him right now. I said, you can get it to size. Damn, I mean, it's just a fucking mannequin.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see when the iPhone comes out. What I don't understand is 1,000. Just say it's $1,049.
Yeah.
So when you calculate that price, just say it comes to £976.
Okay.
In this country, it's 1,000. It's just say for an iPhone 16. Yeah, it's £1,050.
Okay.
In America, it's $1,049. So how can they do that? Because it's $1,049, which makes it cheaper than £1,000 Great British pounds.
John, so, it's not Thursday. I can't do math today. So
no, you can don't stop that bullshit. We ended a lot.
Okay, fine.
You're good at math. So you told me the story. So anyway, I'm going to get Maddie to send me the new iPhone. I'm going to send her the money over. I'm going to get her to send the new iPhone over.
You can't wait until I just go back and then get it then?
Well, you could, but I waited, about a year on the fucking Cadillac, the Cadillac, puffers, the vape. So
no, that's just rhetorical. Prices are prices. They're gonna, it depends on where you live and where you get it. Shit.
So how come it's $1,000, but it's a £1,050 here?
I don't know. Talk to your local council. I have no clue. Talk to Apple.
Get the CEO on the phone right now. So why do I have to pay so much for it? They don't have to pay the same price. You know what? That's one of the reasons why we started the Revolutionary War. Why they pay it?
Yeah.
Why am I paying this price when it's so much cheaper over in the next colony here in Rhode Island? I don't get it. I mean, that's how the
You
Revolutionary
know
War
what I
actually
found
started.
weird with it was when
Right.
Sam told me, yeah, literally some states to buy alcohol,
Oh yeah,
hard liquor, as they take hard liquor, you've got
yeah.
to literally. Did you not see your sister if she was buying like vodka or
Bible Belt.
whiskey or bourbon? You have to drive to different fucking states.
Oh, they
No,
had
see,
That's
in Colorado, I'm using Colorado as an example here, kids. Okay.
yeah.
So, like, and see, it blows my mind that you can just walk into your supermarket here, right, and buy hard liquor. In everywhere I've lived, they don't sell hard liquor in supermarkets and wherever you would get your groceries. You have to go to a liquor store to get it. Now, in Colorado, let's just say I'm going to use Bud Light. Okay, that's a general beer that people would drink that you would know.
Mm-hmm.
If you go into the supermarket in Colorado and buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack or whatever of Bud Light, the alcohol content is lower than the Bud Light that you would buy at the liquor store in Colorado. So if you're gonna, an alcohol content is much lower than a regular Bud Light that you would get in Texas. It's just weird how things like that are, it's just weird things like that
That's
to me.
weird. Yeah.
It
Whereas
is, it's strange.
you can go to any place in Ireland, and it's the same, I'm sure, in Scotland and the UK. And if you order, say, a Budweiser, it's going to be the same no matter where you order it in the country. It's going to be the same proof. It's going to be the same flavor. It's going to be the
That's
same.
just weird. I couldn't believe that because we spent time when we were young vacationing in Colorado, and we vacationed a lot when as a family,
Sure.
and but as an adult going and then seeing that, so I was like, why? So you have to go. She would specifically want to hit the liquor store if we were, like because they had this huge, beautiful RV, and we camp a lot. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of fucking outdoor activities, right? That we would always participate in both in Texas, Colorado, all over Alabama, wherever we were. So, but specifically wanting to go to liquor store because the alcohol content would be commensurate to the one that we'd be used to in Texas, as opposed to buying it at the supermarket. And I thought that is so fucking weird.
Wow. Yeah, it's just what you're used to. It's just what you've grown up with, that way. Like I would find that incredibly irritating and annoying if I went into the supermarket and I couldn't buy a bottle of wine or a bottle of beer or whatever it was that I wanted, that I had to make another stop and find
Yeah.
park, get out of the car, and then but in and out again. And that would drive me insane because like that over here, we just go in. It's a supermarket for a reason. You can buy everything under the roof, that way you can get everything there in the one place. So yeah, that would drive me a bit crazy. Like, it's the parking, I think, in cities and things like that would drive anybody insane. You've just come from the supermarket, you've done your shopping, but you're not finished yet because you have to stop. As if you're having people over for dinner, or you're having even a nice meal at home with your husband or whatever, and you're having a nice bottle of wine. The fact that you have to stop again and go to another shop, yeah, that would probably drive me cracked.
I remember I flew in one summer, and because Maddie, I've mentioned this before, we would trade off our kids during the summers because my niece and nephew and Maddie, they're all very close in age.
Sure.
And so I would have them, and then Jamie, my sister, would have them, right?
Sure.
And so I flew into Colorado that summer. So we were going to fly back, and I said, stop at this whatever store, I'm going to get this. And she's like, no. I already stopped at the liquor store earlier, And I was like, oh, okay. Because, there are IPAs that I like that you could only get up there in Colorado, and just different things like that. Because we were planning already our camping trip when we were leaving the next morning. And she's like, no, I already got it. I'm like, oh, okay. But I still just, by that point, I had gotten used to it,
Mm-hmm.
And, I had looked at land in the house next to it was going so cheap, and we were going to buy at the time. And it was an inexpensive place to live as well. Plus investing, it was really, really good because the land was so fucking cheap up there.
Wow.
And so, yeah, I'm so glad we didn't do that. Actually, you have no idea how glad I am we didn't do that. But state taxes. It's like with Texas, we don't have to pay state taxes when it comes time to file.
Okay.
In a lot of other states, you're required to.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we never had to worry about paying a state tax. But whenever we would go shopping, whether it be groceries, clothes, shoes, paper, it didn't matter. You had an extra tax being paid on whatever it was that you're buying, which is
Right.
why we were exempt from paying state taxes when it came time to file. But stop picking on me and my national heritage fuckers. Look, I haven't said nothing, okay, pothead?
She's on
What are
about
you
her.
talking about?
She's on about her milk bags.
Bags of milk.
Her milk.
Why the hell do you store them in the fridge?
Jen, you just put them in the fridge.
But what, on top of each other, wobbling about?
Jen, do you put your milk in the fridge where they just on top of each other, wobbling about? Asking for my Scottish Kraken.
Do Americans keep their milk in the fridge? You know, when you go to a supermarket, because we keep our milk in the fridge over here. There was some controversy I was watching on YouTube about, oh, you guys keep your milk in the fridge. I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't we keep our milk?
Why
in the
wouldn't we? No, I just keep the cow in my kitchen. What? Of course.
Yeah, we keep them, and in some countries it seems they don't, because maybe it's because it's raw or something. But I would still imagine milk needs to be in the fridge, let it be raw, pasteurized, or whatever the fuck. You know, it needs to be in the fridge.
Do you have to pour it? That is what Sheila just now said. Do you buy the bags of milk and just put it and pour it into a receptacle? Wouldn't that make it spoil faster?
No, because, well, what do you think? When I buy a 2-litre carton of milk, when I open it and shut it, make a coffee or a cup of tea.
Yeah.
It doesn't go off for a good 3-4
But what
days.
I would just think that
So
it would.
if you have a bag of milk and you open it, you pour it in a bottle, it's not going to go off. It's going to go off just as quick as as soon as you open the bag of milk, you've got maybe 3-4 days to take it for it to go off.
Yeah, I don't trust anything that doesn't go off, you know, after a couple of days. I mean, you know, it's been messed about with, and I tend to not want to eat it or use it. But yeah, our milk goes off, you know. And if you like, even on days like today where it's really hot, I have to lower the fridge temperature down again, because milk will curl and bread goes moldy and all sorts of stuff goes on, you know. So yeah, you have to keep it on food. And if it doesn't go off in a couple of days, well, I'm kind of not interested in eating it, because God only knows.
So lady witch, you just fuck it right into the picture. You just put the milk right in the picture, but you need.
And Jen says then pour as needed. You know, I'm just having all these mental pictures. I'm like picturing JC at her refrigerated, just pouring milk as needed from a plastic bag.
The bags must be.
And then Sheila says, but the bag is in the jug, so I don't get it. Why wouldn't you just put it in the jug? Why do you keep it in the bag?
Can I get two bags of milk, please? Put them on the bottom of on top of your sofa. It fucking busts.
It goes all over the place.
It goes all over the place. Can I get my money back? Here.
Right, Jen, you're going to have to post pictures of these bags. You're going to have to post pictures show a little video of them in operation, of you pouring out of the milk bags and putting them back. You got to end this bullshit now. We're too curious. We got to know. You got to show us. Oh,
There y'all go.
look at Princess. Oh.
So one last shot before I jump off, because I gotta. She's all curled up. There's your mask cat, JC.
Oh my God! Did you see her last night? She had that leg behind her ear.
Oh.
She had that leg behind her ear. And you say she fell asleep on her head the other night there?
Well, what happened was we were eating dinner and we look over and Suki took my spot on this chair, on this chair, right? And I think what happened was, you know how cats clean their asses, basically, that she fell asleep when she was cleaning her own ass, because her leg was still up over her head and she was pretty much just right there. So we both kittens, they play just like, you know, all babies, they play and play and play until they go, and then they just drop where they are, you know, and exhausted.
Puppies are the same. It cracks me up.
Yeah.
They're like hyperactive lunatics, and then all of a sudden the batteries wear out and they just drop. They sleep wherever they fall. It's just so funny. That's
the phase that she's in, and this old man cat is just not having it. He's fucking. Why? When would she stop? I mean, is this gonna slow down, young blood? What are you doing? I mean, that's how, you know, the old Scottish cat is pretty much like. Fucking, what made you think that you could bring a cat here, buddy? I mean, come on. He's feeling displaced. He's left out. He can't run as fast as her. You know, when he gets pissed off and gives her a knock, she runs into a space his fat ass can't get into, and that he was waiting for. I watched this last night, Wiccan. he chased her on and she ran underneath the bed. And he jumped up on the bed and he's waiting for her to come out, right? His dumbass. So she came out on the other side of the bed, jumped up on the bed, and she's standing right behind him. And I was just waiting for it. And his dumbass is still waiting for her to come out from underneath the bed. He's all pissy. And she's just like, should I do it now? I was like, do it.
She should have
And she just jumps right on top of him. She scared the shit out of this poor old cat. He took off running and she chased right after him. I was like, and he's like, please, somebody just get her. I'm tired. She won't let me sleep. I'm like, I know.
Take it away.
She's like, she's too fast. She's too small. She's too quick. She won't stop biting my stomach. Get her away.
Too much. She's too much.
And then he gets to the high ground and she can get up on the high ground now. So he's like, fuck. Open up the window so I can jump out real quick. So we do that, and she can't go after him. This poor guy, this poor Fluky. He's like, what were you thinking, John? Bringing a cat into this house without asking me first.
Yeah, and you know what? They're going to be best of pals.
I doubt that. But I'm hoping.
They will. When all this madness is over, when the tiny kitten phase is over, they're going to be the best of pals. They will.
Or she's just going to be as mean as him. It's going to be one or the other.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I mean, monkey see, monkey do. You know what I mean? Well,
but
listen,
it gives John something to love on when I'm not here. I guess that's the consolation.
I know, and she's so pretty. She's so cute.
Fucking tiger.
She is a tiger already, John.
She's scratching your legs. That's nothing. That's a thing. And she's not. Honestly, I got this. Did you really think this through, John? Did you think this through, John? Did you think it through?
Look
Where's
at her
her
little
face?
toes,
Wait.
her little bean toes.
There you go.
Her little beans. Oh, she's so cute. I love baby.
There's your mascot, JC. Are you going to come and get her? Are you going to take her for me to keep her when I'm not here? I don't trust John to his own devices with Fluky and her. He just let him play it out, and she'll end up with a broken spleen or something.
If there's no blood, she's fine.
Exactly. That's what we were always told at home.
You should. That's
if it's not gushing or poking out or dripping out of you, there's nothing wrong with you. Get out and play.
You see, if there's not a bone sticking out or your blood's dripping,
literally upside down.
Yeah.
Yep. She blinds in weird positions.
Yeah, she's just weird. She's sweet.
Cute.
But
Bye.
oh my gosh. Okay, how do I turn that off? Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to sign off. Thank you for letting me hijack your shit.
No, it's always great to have you up. It's always.
I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to kick your ass in that quiz night.
Well, I know. Everybody kicks my ass in the quiz night because my answer is Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. What is the quiz about, may I ask? Anybody?
Just 80s. I don't know whether it's movies or songs or all of the above, but it's just 80s. So, I mean, we all should have a fairly decent clue about that,
Yeah, pretty much. I think we're all pretty much 80s kids here.
I think
so. Well, I mean, maybe some of y'all could be 90s kids.
Maybe there's a few.
In which case, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah.
We're pretty much all the same age.
Absolutely, yeah. We're all knocking around the same age. I'll wing it. Sharon, you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I mean, yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be a laugh. I mean, I always look forward to them because they're so much fun. They're great crack. And yeah, there is
more 70s kids. Shit, I know 70s too. I was born in 74.
Me too.
Yes, I know. You and I are the same age.
I know. I think we knew.
My birthday is coming up, and I told Jen last week we need to start celebrating now. I'm going to be celebrating it for 2.5 months straight.
Excellent.
Because apparently that's what people do on YouTube. You celebrate your birthday for 3 months at a time. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, when should I start? Hang on. Oh, well, then I should be starting to celebrate mine because mine is in September.
So is mine, damn it!
Yay! All the best people are born in September.
September what?
I'll tell John in chat. I'll put it in private chat. Where's private chat?
I'm the 6th. I don't care. People know my birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm the 29th. So you're not.
I'm a Virgo. You're a Virgo. Dilly's a Virgo.
I'm a Libra.
Yeah, you're like late September. I'm just
Yeah.
a little bit older than you, just a couple of weeks. That's
Ah,
fine.
that's fine. It's grand. Yeah, I mean we're twinsies now. We're twinsies.
So yeah, the answer is going to be Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, Goonies,
We
Top
hope.
Gun.
We hope.
Bob Marley is taken. Do we have to come in as our own selves? Do we have to change our name?
Do you know, it'd be a laugh if we changed our names, and let's not all get stuck with them like some of us did before.
That was funny to stay in touch with John. That's
Oh,
how I knew John was John, because I knew comments that he had made in that live stream that I was on, and I went in to listen back to certain parts of it, and then
you got in touch because I was in Kisses, and this is Kiss. I've got to leave for a minute and go and speak to somebody. Do you remember that?
Of course, that's how I contacted you.
Yeah.
I said, what did I say? Totally random, but how many alts do you have?
How many alts do you have?
Yeah.
I don't know any alts.
Aw.
I just changed my name to my alien probe Stinks.
Your alien probe Stinks was his incognito night name, Kiss, and he got stuck with it.
I know. Mine that I was stuck with was something like the lesser spotted Highland bagheader, wheelchair bag.
Sheila had a cracker. Sheila's was fucking off the charts, and I felt bad because every chat I went into, I had to put, I'm so sorry. The chick was really keen. Talking.
I'd be afraid if we changed our names. I mean, how long would it take for us to change them back? But that would be fun.
Days or whatever.
And no genetic code. I told you we'll start celebrating your birthday 3 months after I celebrate mine. So January 6th, we'll start celebrating.
Jen's birthday.
Jen's birthday is at the end of January, and I'll never forget because
Oh, so is my husband's. My husband's.
Sorry, Wiccan.
No, I'm saying my husband's birthday is the end of January as well.
So what happened was JC told me that it is now totally appropriate on YouTube to celebrate your birthday for like 3 months at a time. It's my birthday, yay, 3 months later. So I said, okay, then that means that we have to start celebrating my birthday like right now. Right fucking now, and we'll celebrate it through January, and then we'll start celebrating yours through March. I mean, that's just what people do here on YouTube.
Woohoo!
So as soon as we're done celebrating, no, listen, as soon as we're done celebrating Jen's birthday for 3 months, it'll be your birthday, and that'll take us through next summer.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We're set.
Tell people it's April, but I just want to tell them the day in case I get stalked.
No.
And by the way, fuckers, I'm not on the electoral roll, I don't think. So don't even look for me. I don't.
Okay, we're jumping down now.
Okay, but listen.
Again, thank you, Wiccan. We love you. I love y'all in chat. Thanks for letting me vent and be salty and all of that other good stuff.
Yeah, it's always great to have you two up. It's always great for a chat. I love chatting to you. It's always great to have you.
I'm gonna do my ASMR. I'm gonna kick your ass in this ear, and then I'm gonna kick your ass in this ear on the question.
I'm going to make every question as about England.
Oh Lord. Well, listen, you guys, thank you so much for coming up. Baby love, it was lovely to see you up as well. Lovely to chat to you. And JC, it was always fantastic to have you guys up. But I feel it for you, because I know you're driven demented with your Wi-Fi and your internet, and I know I feel it for you, darling. Cassius and Salty, thanks so much for coming up. Again, always great to chat to you. It's you guys are great crack, and I love it when you come up. All right, on that note, my lovely people, I'm going to love you and leave you, and I shall see you tomorrow, probably around 1:30, same time. I was about 2 minutes late today, so excuse me for being tardy. I shall try and be on time tomorrow. I'm either late or I'm early. It's just fucking it's just how I roll. Okay, well, listen, on that note, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for coming in. Love you loads. Talk to you then. Bye.